Yo, I'm in the zone when the big blocks rumble. Slide in the slick, watch the quick line crumble. MDiTV got the heat in the tunnel. Boost in the stream, better tighten that buckle. Dirt flying, wide tires grinding. Slide job city, full send, no hiding. Modified beast, you can't fake that tone. It's a full barrel growl and it shakes your dome. Big block, we bring the thunder. Big block, straight out of the under. Big block, tear up the clay. If you ain't built tough, better get out the way. From Brewerton down to the Port Royal gates, I'm shifting fate when I rotate plates. Got torque in the veins and hate in the dust. It's checkers or wreckers and slide we trust. I ain't here for a cruise or a cameo. I'm throwing sliders like Mario. Red flag rage when I rage the show. Tech with the flow when the wheels go roll. Big block, full send savage. Big block, dirt track havoc. Big block, hear that scream. Built not bought, it's a racer's dream. Shout out to the warriors in the pits. Wrench turners, heat burners, slide with the blitz. MDiTV, yeah, we lit on stream. When the big blocks roll, you know what it means.
What's up, everybody? Getting ready for the Big Block Modifieds at Limaland. Who's ready for some racing here tonight? Who's ready for some racing here tonight as we get up into tonight's first race? Big Blocks at Limaland. What's up, Karen? What's up? Let's do this, she says. Let's see, it is a 56-21 SOF. Solid field here tonight. A couple names I haven't seen. Tyler Hampton, I haven't seen that name. See anybody else out there? Cameron Weingar, don't know who he is. So a couple new names up in here as we get ready for the Big Blocks at Limaland. Let me go ahead and pick a better screen. All right, looks like Polly Harwig has made an appearance here tonight. Raging Ray. Caleb Durgan's going to jump up to the top of the charts. Let's get ready for 50 laps here at Limaland. But first, we got qualifying. 2 heat races and an LCQ. It looks like here tonight. Looks like we got 24 cars going for those 18 positions. So we are going to be sending 6 drivers home here tonight. Yeah, Paulie's making it. Yep. So let's see. We got Michael Swank out on the track. Looks like Gav Sheehan, Barnhart, Cudney, Laboon, and Nathan Brown have not made it out on the track yet. Nick Brundage out on the track in the 916. He's going to go ahead and pull off. Colin Murphy's out there in the number 9 machine. E-Bill out there currently 7th on the chart. I am actually surprised. I am really surprised that Loic has not made an appearance. He must have had to work here tonight. Oh, you got someone out there, LaFon. Barnhart out there in the number 34. Be interesting to see what he is able to do. E-Bill's going to go ahead and pull off the track. Got about 1 minute left here in practice tonight. All right. Man, there are six of these drivers are going to go home here tonight. That is hard to believe when we look at this field. Matthew Watts in the number 11 up to third quick here tonight. Jason Rochelle, I have no clue who that is. Currently fourth on the boards. He's got the OnlyFans symbol up there on the top of his car. Raging Ray out there on the track. Rockefeller out here, struggling in that number 18 machine. Tanner Folds, where you at? Maybe he's not in top split. God, we have so much spam over on Kick. All right, let's get ready for tonight's qualifying. Who's going to be the first one to jump out on the track? We are going to find out here pretty quick. Let's see. It looks like Brandon Barnhart going to be the first one to jump out there in the number 34 machine. Where is he going to put that machine here tonight? Go ahead and switch it over to best time. It is probably going to be bottom here tonight in qualifying. Caleb Durgan out on the track. Let's see what kind of lap time Barnhart's going to put down as he comes out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Barnhart going to set the bar here early on with a 13.062. Here comes Caleb Durgan in that number 17 as he comes out of turn number 4. Sorry, turn number 2 down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Let's see. Caleb Durgan going to go quick time with a 13.003. I need to turn these car sounds up. They are too quiet. All right, who else? We got Matthew Watts out on the track. He was looking fast in practice as he comes across the line to the start lap number 1. Where will Matthew Watts put that number 11 machine as he heads through turn at number 3 and 4? He's going to back out. Did not like that lap. We're going to jump on with Paulie now as Paulie starts his first lap. You tried to get him out before working on his. I think working on his is probably a little more important. Paulie Hartwig going to come across the line. Let's see where he's going to put that. Paulie Hartwig goes quick time with a 12.892. He's going to blow everybody out of the water, but there goes Ethan Bill with a 12.927. Raging Ray's going to be third quick with a 12.977. These times starting to pick up a little bit. Let's see what Colin Murphy is able to do as he jumps out on the tracks. Looks like Matthew Watts back out there. We'll see what kind of lap time he puts down here in just a second. As Colin Murphy going to come across the line. Ooh, doesn't look like Matthew Watts is going to get a lap down. What's up, Justin? As Murphy comes across the line, where is he going to put that number 9 machine? He's going to be 11th quick with a 13.103. Nick Brundage going to come across the line to complete his first lap. Oh, no. I guess that's the start of his lap. Where did Nicholas Ham is 9th quick? Brundage going to come across the line, and he is going to be 18th quick. That is not the lap he was looking for. Man, Watts was quick in practice. He's going to be starting shotgun on the field in heat race number 2. That is going to be some work for him. Justin says, go Tri-City Fusion. It'll be at Dixie Saturday night. Hope to go P1. Yeah. P1. That's what we all want to go for. All right, getting them stacked up here for heat race number 1. Just so you guys know, if you have not ran it and you are thinking about doing it, tonight's ARCA Dirt race, first 24 in there, going to make the field here tonight. It is going to be at Cedar Lake. 24 cars in the session, 16 going to the feature. Make sure you guys keep an eye out on that. That'll be about an hour and 5 minutes from now is when that session will open up. All right, let's get ready for tonight's heat race number 1. Starting lineup is going to be set like this. Starting on the pole here tonight in that number 73 machine, it's going to be Paulie Hartwig. Outside of him in the number 36, it's going to be Ragin' Ray Ramey. Starting inside of row number 2 in that number 17 machine, it's going to be Caleb Durgan. Outside of him in the 24, it's going to be Cameron Weingar. Starting inside row number 3 in the number 45 JR, it's going to be Nicholas Ham. Outside of him in the number 18, it's going to be Aaron Rockefeller. Starting inside row number 4 in the 924, it's going to be Ben Jolly. Outside of him in the 27, it's going to be Michael Swank. Inside row number 5 here tonight in that number 14 machine, it's going to be Tyler Hampton. Outside of him, is that right? Outside of him in the number 3, it's going to be Nathan Brown. Then rounding out the field here tonight on the inside of row number 6, it's going to be Jason Rochelle. Outside of him in the 727, it's going to be Tyson Banks. 8 laps here tonight in heat race number 1 as they come across the line. They're going to get that one to go. What's up, Morgan? It's time, says Mojo Gaming. What's up? Yeah, 73 got quick time for sure. Paulie killed it. What was he, almost a 10th quicker than everybody else? Looking for the green flag. Out of turn number 4, green flag is out. Paulie's going to get a great jump down into 1 and 2. Durgan's going to try to find his way around Ray as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Drag race down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Durgan rolling that bottom side. Ragin' Ray trying to keep that momentum up on the high side. They're still side by side for second on back. Finally, Durgan finds his way up, but here comes Ragin' Ray with the crossover down into turn number 3 and 4. Side by side out of 4. Durgan's going to try to pull out in front of Ray. Maybe a little contact there. Durgan able to hold on to it as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, single file for the top 4. Nicholas Ham trying to grab that high side down the front straightaway down into turn number 1 and 2. He's going to make a single file. Goes to work on Cameron Weingar. Down out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Durgan trying to close the gap on Paulie as they head through turn number 3 and 4, down into 1 and 2. 4 laps complete. 4 laps to go. First, second, 4 times. Oh, damn. Slides up the track is Paulie Hartwig. That's going to open the door for Durgan. Durgan going to ship it into 1 and 2. Slides up the track. Crossover by Hartwig. Hartwig back down to the bottom. He's going to ship it into turn number 3 and 4. Slides up the track. Cut down by Durgan. Couple youngsters going at it at the front of the field as they come across the line. 2 laps to go. Slide job by Durgan. Back up underneath is going to be Paulie. Back and forth for the lead into turn number 3 and 4. Good clean racing up at the front out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Durgan with the edge. Paulie going to get up underneath. Let's see what he's able to do down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. He's going to clip that inside tire. He gets it again. Out of turn number 4, it's going to be Durgan with the win. Paulie Hartwig second. Ragin' Ray, Cameron Weingar, Nicholas Ham, Michael Swank, and Rockefeller going to the feature here tonight. Jolly, Hampton, Rochelle, Brown, and Banks going to the LCQ. All right, let's get them lined up here tonight for heat race number 2. Pull up that starting grid. Starting on the pole here tonight in heat race number 2, it is going to be the number 14 of Ethan Bill. Outside of him in the number 3, it's going to be Matt Severance. Oh, maybe he's in the 44. Little bit of tribute there. Starting inside row number 2 in that number 14 machine, it's going to be Aaron Langley. Outside of him in the number 2, it's going to be Kieran Roundtree. Inside row number 3 here tonight in that number 34, it's going to be Brandon Barnhart. Outside of him in the number 9, it's going to be Colin Murphy. Inside row number 4 in the number 25 machine, it's going to be Kenny Cudney. Outside of him in the number 5, it's going to be Gav Sheehan. Starting inside row number 5 here tonight in the 916, it's going to be Nick Brundage. Outside of him in the number, is he in the 22? I'm assuming he's in the 22. He is. It's going to be Curtis Griffin. Then rounding out the field here tonight in row number 6 on the inside, it is going to be the 144 of Jordan Levant. Outside of him in the number 11, it's going to be Matthew Watts. Those are a couple I'd watch trying to drive up through the field. Let's go, Ethan, right? All right, looking for the green flag as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Green flag is out, and Severance asleep at the wheel as they come down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Everybody behind him had to back out of it not to get the black flag as they come out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Severance back down to the bottom, trying to claw his way back up to second. Right now it is going to be Langley and Barnhart in that battle through turn number 3 and 4. Or 1 and 2, sorry. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Barnhart tries to get the advantage, shoves it in hard. Here comes Langley back on the outside. It was a dead heat at the line as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Barnhart trying to get it up there to get that slide. It wasn't there that time as they head down the back straightaway. Ships it into turn number 3 and 4. Langley thinking about that outside down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. I don't know. He's starting to get that momentum up on the high side, but here comes Roundtree in the number 2. He's going to make contact with Langley. Langley way up the track. Here comes Roundtree down low out of turn and number 4 down the front straightaway. Roundtree up to that number 3 spot. Langley's going to get pushed back. He's going to bring Severance with him. Contacts between Severance and Langley. Langley going the wrong way in a hurry. Oh, Brundage making contact. There's big contact for Brundage. Brundage goes around out of turn number 4. 3 laps to go. Laboon got a little piece of that action. That is not what he wanted to happen as Ethan Bill leads the way. Barnhart in second. Roundtree rolling that bottom down into turn number 1 and 2. 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. This is Ethan Bill. Oh, we got a wreck in the back. We got a pile up in the back. Severance caught up in that one. Langley, Sheehan, and Watts all caught up in it as Ethan Bill leads the way. White flag is out as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Looking for that checkered flag. Give it to E. Bill. Who's going to get second? Barnhart, Roundtree, Murphy, Cudney, Griffin, LaFon going to the feature here tonight. Let's go see what happened to the rest of these guys. Let's see what happened here. Oh, they made a sandwich out of Severance. Oh my God, Sheehan took a ride there in that number 5. All right, that's going to be the end of heat race number 2. We're going to get into the LCQ. Man, there are some hitters in this one. Starting on the pole here tonight in the 924, it is going to be Ben Jolly. Outside of him in the 44, it's going to be Matt Severance. Starting inside row number 2 in the number 14 machine, it's going to be Tyler Hampton. Outside of him in the other number 14, it's going to be Aaron Langley. Inside row number 5, it's going to be Jason Rochelle. Outside of him in the number 11, it's going to be Matthew Watts. Starting inside row number 4 in that number 3 machine, it's going to be Nathan Brown. Outside of him in the number 5, it's going to be Gav Sheehan. Then rounding out the field here tonight in row number 5 on the inside, it's going to be the 747 of Tyson Banks. Outside of him in the 916, it's going to be Nick Brundage. Matt Severance is dead, right? You know, he's just glad he made it to the consi because now he doesn't have to get his ass out of that car. No. All right, down the back straightaway to turn. And look, I feel for him there. I wouldn't want to get out of the car either. Out of turn to number 4, they're going to get that one to go. It's going to be Ben Jolly and Severance on that front row. How you been, Yorker? Been a minute. As these guys head through turn at number 1 and 2, looking for that green flag. 10 laps, 4 cars transfer. Who's it going to be? Tyson's got some work to do, Anthony. Green flag is out as Jolly stacks up the field out of turn number 4. Down into 1 and 2, it's going to be Jolly leading the way. Severance in second. Tyler Hampton in third. Matthew Watts, Aaron Langley battling it out for that number 4 spot. I got a feeling it's going to get awfully crowded back there right around that number 4 position. Right now they are side by side. Either one of these guys could go. Both of them could miss it as they come down the back straightaway to turn number 3 and 4. Yeah, we definitely do. We definitely do. Out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. I'll tell you what, Matthew Watts has that bottom side rolling. He might be able to get up to that number 3 spot and give himself a little bit of breathing room and let the 14s battle it out as they come out of turn number 4. 3 laps complete. Gav Sheehan trying to close the gap with Brundage behind him as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Watts continues to roll that bottom side. Now looking for that number 3 spot. Starting to make that bottom side work. Gav's going to go to the bottom. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Someone had issues as we got a big door at the back of the pack. As Jason Rochelle gets into Nathan Brown. Nathan Brown going to take the tow after telling him he was a joke as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. This is all Ben Jolly as they come out of turn number 4. 4 laps to go as they come across the line. 4th place is still up for grabs as Langley putting the pressure on Watts as they come out of turn number 2. I'll tell you what, anything from second on back is kind of up for grabs right now as Sheehan has caught the back of Aaron Langley. That battle for 5th is starting to heat up. I don't know how hard Gav wants to run, but he's got to find his way around or hope that Langley makes some ground forward as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. We got 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go. Langley starting to lose contact with the top 4. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go. Watts is in. Langley's out as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Ben Jolly with the win in the LCQ. Severance second. Hampton third. Matthew Watts in that number 4 spot. Langley, Sheehan, Brundage, Banks, Rochelle, and Brown all going home. All right, who's ready for tonight's main event as we get ready for 50 laps here tonight at Limaland? Let's get ready for tonight's starting lineup. That is going to be a very popular front row right there. Starting on the pole here tonight in that number 17 machine, it's going to be Caleb Durgan. Outside of him in the number 14, it's going to be Ethan Bill. Starting inside row number 2 in the number 73 machine, it's going to be Paulie Hartwig. Outside of him in the 34, it's going to be Brandon Barnhart. Starting inside row number 3 here tonight in that number 36, it's going to be Ragin' Ray. Outside of him in the number 2, it's going to be Kieran Roundtree. Starting inside row number 4 in the number 24 machine, it's going to be Cameron Weingar. Outside of him in the number 9, it's going to be Colin Murphy. Starting inside row number 5 in that number 45 JR, it's going to be Nicholas Ham. Outside of him in the 25, it's going to be Kenny Cudney. Starting inside row number 6 here tonight in the number 27 machine, it's going to be Michael Swank. Outside of him in the number 22, it's going to be Curtis Griffin. Starting inside row number 7 in the number 18 machine, it's going to be Aaron Rockefeller. Outside of him in the 144, it's going to be Jordan LaFawn. Starting inside row number 8 in that number 924, it's going to be Ben Jolly. Outside of him in the number 44, it's going to be Matt Severance. Then rounding out the field here tonight on the inside of row number 8, it's going to be Tyler Hampton. Outside of him in the number 11, it's going to be Matthew Watts. We got Supers up next. Then we have ARCA Dirt, and then we have UMPs. So we got a full show here tonight. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Durgan's going to lead him down the backstretch. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Ethan Bill trying to peek down low. Paulie Hartwig deep, digging lower as they come out of turn number 4. He's up underneath E-Bill. E-Bill trying to hold on to that number 2 spot, but Paulie has different plans down on the bottom in that number 73 as they roll through turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. These laps here at Lima will click down quick. We got Anthony says he's going with Ray. Also says Jordan LaFawn, my daughter is cheering for you. So LaFawn, you got some work to do there as they head through turn at number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, it looks like E-Bill starting to get an advantage. Barnhart working that high side in that number 34, slowly creeping in on these top 3 as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, I had to look and see where we were at. down into turn number 3 and 4. Right now, nice and calm through the field, really, as they come down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Oh, Paulie got tight. Slides up in front of Barnhart. Paulie knew he needed to get to the top. That is where everybody's rolling right now. He gets up to that top side. Let's see if he can reel in those top two. E-Bill keeping Caleb Durgan within his sights as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. This rivalry right here, two of the best on the sim here in the big block modifieds. Up at the front, does E-Bill have anything for the number 17 as they head through turn at number 1 and 2, starting to close that gap down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Let's take a look at these lap times. Let's see who's quicker at the line as they head into 1 and 2. It looks like E-Bill just a little bit quicker, about 10th quicker that time by as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway, nose to tail for the leaders. Paulie kind of out in his own little world as here comes Raging Ray looking up underneath Barnhart as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Ray looking pretty good here tonight. Good to see him starting to get back in form as they come across the line. 10 laps in the books. We are already 20% through this one. These guys rolling through this one quick as they come down into turn number 3 and 4. Barnhart ripping that high side. He's going to keep the spot that time by. Looking like the track is starting to lock in topside. We'll see if this opens up a little bit as these laps click down. Durgan's going to run that. Wow, Durgan just ran a pretty good line through there, but E-Bill going to close the gap into 1 and 2. So both of them running a very similar line through turn number 1 and 2, but E-Bill going to the top. Durgan's going to follow suit as they head through turn at number 3 and 4. Here comes E-Bill with the cut down out of turn 4, not able to do anything with it as they head through turn number 1 and 2. LaFon's back there in heavy traffic trying to keep that thing in one piece. Tires could become a factor here tonight. They usually don't on the small tracks, but we'll see. This track definitely starting to get slick as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Barnhart sitting in that number 4 spot. Whoa, we got a slide job by Roundtree, cut down by Ray. Battle right now for that number 5 spot. Ray trying to hold on. Roundtree threw a haymaker. It did not work, but definitely let Ray know he was there as here comes Murphy now on the back of Roundtree down the front straightaway. He's going to look low into 1 and 2. What's up, Jacob? Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway looking for 3 and 4. We got Murphy down on the bottom side. Roundtree going to grab the wall, but Roundtree going to have the advantage as they come down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Right now the leaders, E-Bill a little bit quicker, but not enough to pass. He's going to grab the wall that time. That's going to hurt his laps a little bit. Yeah, 9:15 Eastern is when that session goes up. So a little less than an hour from now. Oh, E-Bill flirting with that wall as they come out of turn at number 4 down the front straightaway. 19 laps into this one. So far, keeping it lean and green as Murphy going to take that spot away from Roundtree. Good to see Murphy starting to get back up into form. How about Curtis Griffin down on the bottom side in that number 22, trying to make his way further into the top 10 as he tries to find his way around Cameron Weingart as they head through turn at number 1 and 2. Keeping an eye on those battles up at the front right now. This is the biggest battle on the track. Griffin down low, Weingart up high as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Cudney trying to find a place to go in that number 25. Nowhere for him to go. And I'll tell you what, LaFon in 12th right now. He's up 2 spots, just patiently waiting behind these guys as we got a battle really starting to brew here for the number 5 spot as Murphy has caught Raging Ray. Can Murphy find his way into the top 5? Down into turn number 1 and 2. Ray's going to grab the wall. That's going to open the door for Murphy. Murphy going to come down low, down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Throws the slider up the track. Bands it. Oh, they touch out of turn 4. They're able to hold on to it. Ray back up underneath this. Roundtree tries to go for the double. Gets into Ray. Ray into Murphy. Not bringing out the caution as they keep it going straight. What's up, Austin? Oh, that got sketchy. It's still getting sketchy. Oh, they are 4 wide at Lima. That does not work as it looks like the 24 of Weingart is going to blink out just at the right time. Able to avoid too much contact as LaFon going to take advantage. He's going to grab a spot as the rest of the field has caught him. I'll tell you what, Caleb Durgan cannot shake the 14 at E-Bill as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. 27 laps in the books. We got 23 to go past that halfway point as they come out of turn number 2. I don't know how these guys were able to manage. Roundtree tried to go for the haymaker there. He ends up in second, but he almost took out Ray and Murphy. Murphy getting the worst of that one. Ray back on the back bumper of that number 2. Here comes Nicholas Ham in the 45 JR. Nicholas Ham trying to roll that top side, trying to figure out where to get around these guys. Maybe they'll make contact. Maybe he can take advantage. We're going to find out. Here comes Ray down low. Ray going to try to slide it up. It's not clear. He's going to stay low out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Ray's going to toss it up to the top. Here comes Roundtree back with the cut down out of turn number 4. He's going to keep the spot, tosses it into turn number 1 and 2. Up the track. Ray's going to try to cut down out of turn 2. He's got the momentum. He's going to ship it into 3 and 4. Postage paid for Raging Ray as he's going to grab that spot that time by, but here comes Roundtree back down low. Roundtree going to slide up the track. Ray's easily going to cut down out of turn number 2, ships it into turn number 3 and 4 once again. He's got that run out of turn 4 working pretty good, but Roundtree with a great run out of 4. They make contact into 1 and 2. Big contact. They're able to get off each other as they head down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Roundtree going to toss it in once again. Slides up the track, able to keep it out of Ray. Ray's going to keep the spot that time by. Good hard racing here between these guys as they head through turn number 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Man, we are 34 laps into this one as these guys come across the line. I'll tell you what, Paulie Hartwig has brought himself back up into this battle for the lead, slowly creeping in on these leaders. Paulie is rolling that bottom side down out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. I'll tell you what, we got a battle starting to brew here. E-Bill's going to start to pick up that pressure a little bit on Caleb Durgan, seeing Paulie Hartwig so close as they head through turn number 3 and 4 down the front straightaway. We got 14 laps to go. What's up, Kenny? You ready for Cedar Lake in a little bit? Here comes E-Bill. He's going to throw the slider into turn number 3 and 4. Slides up the track. Lets Durgan know he's there. Durgan's going to grab it back in 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. This battle is definitely heating up. This is going to pull E-Bill. This is going to pull Paulie back up in it as E-Bill's going to slide it out of turn number 4. Cut down by Durgan. Durgan has it at the line. Into turn number 1 and 2, down the back straightaway. Here comes E-Bill once again. He's going to slide it into turn number 3 and 4. Big cut down by Durgan. Bill can't keep the momentum. Durgan has the run into turn number 1 and 2. We got 11 laps to go as they come out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. E-Bill going to wind it up on the high side of 3 and 4 this time as Durgan rolls that bottom. E-Bill winds it up on the top. Durgan trying to find something. E-Bill definitely picking up the pace. He's going to ship it into 3 and 4 once again. Slides up the track. Here comes Durgan back down low. Durgan going to cut back up underneath as they head into turn number 1 and 2. We got 9 laps to go as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. E-Bill going to try to wind it up again. Paulie Hartwig slowly closing that gap as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Slide job by E-Bill. Squeezes him into turn number 1 and 2. Durgan's going to slide back up the track into turn number 3 and 4. Man, E-Bill almost bit it there. He had to use all the track as they head into 1 and 2 once again as Durgan pinches him down on the bottom side through 1 and 2. Drag race out of turn 2, down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn 4, we're going to have 6 laps to go. It's a 3-car battle. Here comes Hartwig. Hartwig going to dive down on the bottom into turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, E-Bill is running out of options. One more car involved is going to take away a lane for that number 14 as they head through 1 and 2. Paulie Hartwig down on the bottom, rolling that bottom hard. It did not work. He's got to get back up to the top. E-Bill with the slide. And turn number 3 and 4, we're going to have 4 laps to go. What a battle here tonight. Durgan's going to slide up the track. Here comes E-Bill down low. E-Bill going to drag race Durgan down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Slides it up the track. Durgan back up underneath out of turn 4 across the line. 3 laps to go. The caution flag comes out. Oh no, oh no, oh no. That's going to bring the whole field there for this single file restart. All right, let's see what happened to Rockefeller here as we get the first caution flag of the night. Cudney might have been caught up in this one too. Let's see what happens. Cudney up there on the high side. Oh, they just ran out of room. Oh no. It looks like Watts and Swank get together there. Nothing that Rockefeller could have done. So Swank down on the bottom, and they just ran out of room there. Cudney was coming down a little bit. Watts tried to get it down on the bottom. They just ran out of room. Hook and Swank up the track, causing that big one there. Caution flag comes out, and we are going to have a 3-lap shootout. Now it changes. Everything changes. Single file, follow the leader. It's going to be Durgan leading the way. E-Bill second, Hartwig, Barnhart, and Raging Ray, your top 5 as they come down the back straightaway looking for that green flag. Out of turn number 4, green flag is out. Durgan with a great start there as they come out of turn number 4. They're going to ship it into 1 and 2. Durgan keeps it lower. Will that affect his own momentum as they come out of turn number 2? Down the back straightaway, E-Bill going to go right up to the cushion. He knows he needs the momentum to have an opportunity. 2 laps to go at the line. Down into 1 and 2. Oh, he gets the wall. E-Bill gets back on the gas. Out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. White flag is in the air. 1 lap to go. Here comes E-Bill to the white flag. Down into 1 and 2. E-Bill's going to clip the tire. Into turn number 1 and 2. Durgan tried to pinch him down the back straightaway. Into turn number 3 and 4. Durgan down low. E-Bill up high is going to be Caleb Durgan with the win here tonight. E-Bill second. Barnhart third. Barnhart took third away from Paulie. Paulie in that number 4 spot. Raging Ray in 5th. Honestly, a great race here tonight. Durgan taking that W in the number 17. It was not easy for him. E-Bill putting on a show and giving him a run for his money. Let's go through these results. You're surprised. What are you surprised about, McCarthy? It's going to be Durgan with the win. E-Bill in second. Barnhart in third. Going to be Paulie in that number 4 spot. Raging Ray in 5th. Roundtree's going to be in 6th. Murphy in 7th. Nicholas Ham in 8th. Curtis Griffin in 9th. LaFon in 10th. Ben Jolly in 11th. Matt Severin's going to be in that number 12 spot. Michael Swank in 13th. Matthew Watts in 14th. Tyler Hampton in that number 15 position. Kenny Cudney in 16th. Rockefeller 17th. And Weingar in that number 18 spot. Let's see. E-Bill. Yeah, it was good racing. It was good racing. I think some of it was developing it from doing it over and over again. But some of it might have been natural. I did sales for 20 years and did a lot of talking, so maybe it just kind of came natural. Oh, God. I just read what Nick Ham wrote. All right, we're going to bring in these two here. I see 2 of the top 3. We'll see. There's Barnhart. All right. Wow. Honestly, some great racing tonight. Barnhart, man, you sat in 4th most tonight here tonight. A little bit of pressure from Raging Ray earlier. Able to grab Paulie on that late restart. Probably what you needed there. Man, what a run out of that 34 here tonight.
Yeah, that was fun. I wish I would have found that one lane up from the bottom a little sooner. I think it was there. It felt pretty good. I was just mainly just riding. I only get to run these a handful of times through the week, so the top 5 in these splits is great for me.
Yeah, definitely good run. I know you haven't been running nearly as much. Finally getting a podium here, starting to get back in the swing of things. It's got to feel good to run up front. And of all places, have a good, clean race at Limaland.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, me and I partnered up with Matt Watts at Fusion, and we've been putting our heads together, and we've been finding more speed here and there, more consistent stuff. And so I think, once we start gelling a little more, it'll get a little better.
Well, great run here tonight. You got any friends, family, sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I thank all the guys at Tri-City and all the guys at Fusion, Bory's Machine, Adrenaline Spike Designs. Thank you for broadcasting this, and Ethan and Caleb, good race.
Good race, Brandon.
Yep.
Yeah,
One
definitely
of these
good.
days I'll be up there with you too. One of these days. I'm getting there.
Yeah, you're definitely looking good up there tonight, but good run, Brandon, and good to see you in the top 3.
Yep. Thank you.
No problem. Ethan Bill, man, you were fast tonight, not letting Durgan shake you. You guys running pretty close all night. Paulie in there shaking it down with you guys a little bit there. We know this track gets locked down, and you got that big center where it is top, and man, how much of this race was just patiently waiting for the other lanes to open up?
Oh, I mean, I don't really know. It's just I was just searching all over, and then I'd find something, and then I'd make a mistake, and then Caleb would go up and try it. No, I mean we felt good. I really didn't even plan on running this until 15 minutes before the race started because I was begged to. So, yeah, we had good speed. Congrats to Caleb. That was a good fun race. Could have roughed them up a little bit, but I mean I don't race like that, and don't want to create more problems than what's already out there. But yeah, we'll take a second and see what happens.
Thank you for the heart there, Landon. Appreciate that in the chat, buddy, as always. Yeah, definitely.
Thanks, Landon.
Yeah, thanks, Landon, says Durgan. Definitely a close race up there at the front. I saw you go to the bottom a couple of times, having to squeeze those inside tires. Looks like it might have messed you up there a little bit late. How nervous did you get when Paulie started creeping in on you guys on the bottom side there?
I mean, Paulie was screaming in my ear, and I just told him, I'm like, relax, calm down. He's like, just do whatever. I'm like, dude, if you got to go by me, go by me. I'm like, I don't care. But oh yeah, it's cool to have Paulie on board now. We got Ray over, a couple other guys. Just
The
build a
Thrill
very small group.
Factory.
Yeah, it's not might bring the Thrill Factory back. I don't know, but as of right now, it's just a smaller group of guys. Just get on when we get on.
Well, great run here tonight. Good battle out there with Durgan. Why don't you give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Yeah, I gotta thank everybody on the Real Car, Izzy Trucking and Rigging, All County Garage Door, Gen X Electrical Contractors, Vance Pro Tower Creations, Precision Hydraulic and Oil, Hoffman Discount Parts, Powertrain Supply, Danny's Pizza Pizzazz, ERK Steering, Downs Welding Services, Ribs Taxidermy, Fastline Performance, BP Skulls, probably forgetting more, but those are my main ones.
Takes a lot to go racing.
Yeah, Caleb knows it. It definitely does.
Great run here tonight, Durgan, Ricky Bobby.
Hey. Oh.
Man, great run here tonight. Man, you've been fast here lately. Everywhere we've gone, but a little bit of pressure out of E-Bill there. I mean, that had to make you sweat a little bit.
No, not at all. Ethan was honestly better than me. Like, hands down was better than me, but I told myself that I was just the better driver and I couldn't let him outrace me no matter how better of a car he had than me. So, I just put the head down and went to work, and I don't really know how I held him off for 25 laps, but I did. It's pretty impressive. I don't know. That thing kind of was a piece of junk. I don't really know. It wasn't operating up top where the 14 was operating up top.
We joke around a little bit. So much of this, especially with no changes this season, is and everybody being as even as they are, even on different setups. I mean, so much of this is head games. And how important is it to just keep your head right in those type of situations, to not make a mistake, let the other person make a mistake, and maybe you don't have the better car, but still come out with the victory.
Yeah, it's just something you learn with over time. I watch a lot of people crumble under pressure, and thankfully I don't think I'm one of the ones that do that. So I have that going for me at least. According to Randy Johnson, though, I suck at the game and I need to get better. So I don't know. I'm gonna go back to the drawing board and be back next week at Houston's maybe.
Supers are going up now, Kevin.
I'm loading into the supers too. We're gonna go win the super opener too.
You're gonna go work. You're gonna go get the doubleheader at Lima.
Yeah, and then probably go win the UMPs too. Just kidding.
Shit, you might
I'm
as
gonna
well
get
run
beat
the
by
ARCA
Dylan Yeager.
cars.
Yeah, when is that again?
9:15. 9:15 is when the
9:15?
session opens. Yeah, right around the end of the supers. It goes up a little bit before the supers, but there's usually like 10 minutes or
What
so
track
left.
are they at this week?
Cedar.
Oh my god, I hate that track. Maybe I'll think about it. It
those
depends on what's
those
going
are
on
the
in
tracks.
Lafargeville,
Those
New
are the
York.
tracks that they run the best at. I'm telling you. They
I
run the
might
best
try it
at
out.
like those shorter tracks. But anyway, give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors.
Yeah, you know, everyone on this rig, everyone back in Jeffrey Dahmer's Spank Bank. Let me list off the names: Nick Brundage, Eric McCarthy, Coach Kenny, Cameron, and Billy Gears. Them are my heroes. That's it. Good night, James.
All right. Have a good one,
Ethan,
guys.
Bill.
Hey guys, good race.
Later. All right, great race for those guys here tonight. We're going to go ahead and jump into the super race. Just got to wait for it to pop up for me to be able to do. We're going to jump over to this screen. I am going to save the replay. That was a fantastic race. We should get some more of that action here with the supers. Hopefully they aren't toxic. See, those guys, when they don't get toxic and they go out there and race, it is just phenomenal to watch those guys go at work. We're going to go ahead and refresh this. I don't know why it's not giving me any races yet. And we'll go ahead and do this, so you don't have to just listen to me yap. A little something to listen to. All right, supers. Limaland. Let's see who we got in. Come on, give it to me. All right, there it is. All right, jumping into the super race. Let me let you know who is in there as soon as it pops up and tells me. You're going to try it. You better make it. We miss you. I seen that you sent me a message. I'll look at it here in a second. You're only here for the yapping. I am good at yapping. I am definitely good at yapping. All right, let's see. Who do we got in this one? It is a 6346 SOF. Oh, I see Durgan in there. Copeland, Nevin, Diesel Jones, Yeager, Stuckwich, Tolson, Lingeron, Selby, Waddell, Buchanan, Tripp Whitmire, Tomasi, Riley Knoll. I mean, we got a bunch of names up in this one. This is going to be a heavy hitting one, and we are going to be sending a lot of people home here tonight. We'll see how many people are exactly in the session once we get in there. Yeah, I think, and I may do the recording over on Kick and then post it on YouTube, but I do think that here soon, probably, I know it'll be late in the season, but I'll probably be doing some real racing news stuff. And we got 26 cars in here. Holy crap. Yeah, no, that works out perfect. That's awesome. All right, so we're going to go ahead and pop it up over here, pull these guys out on your stream. But we will, I'm thinking about doing some real racing news and just kind of going through it once or twice a week. We'll find out. I got some ideas. I just got to do it. So it'd be nice to cover some real racing news stuff, as it looks like Cody Nevin currently at the top of the charts. Tomasi second, Yeager, Knoll, Stuckwich, your top five. Everyone's favorite driver, Nathan Waddell, currently in sixth quick on the charts. So we'll see what he is able to do here tonight in that number 5 machine. Tyson Banks out there in the 747. Got Whitley in the number 11. Buchanan in the number 31. Brady Thompson out there in the 27T. Or 20. Is it T or B? I always forget which letter he uses. But either way, he is out there on the track. Is Durgan out on the track yet? He is not on the track. He's tried to go 2 in a row here tonight. We'll see if he is able to do that as the super late models look to take the tracks here tonight at Limaland. That is such a cool view. Let's see. What do we got? Oh, man, I wish we had some regular cameras. Look at I'll tell you what, the detail of the dirt flying is pretty wild on iRacing. Tomasi out there currently second quick in the 09. Been a minute since we've seen him out on the track. Don't get to see him make many appearances. I know he's got the real life racing. I'm sure that's part of the reason why we don't see him very often. All right, who's ready for some super late model action as these guys get ready to get off the track and get into qualified, as we got about 30 seconds left here tonight. Cody Nevin keeping it out on that track in that number 11. He's going to try to keep the nose on that thing and keep from trying to get banned. Matt Selby struggling a little bit in the 46. We'll see if he's able to correct that into tonight's heat races. Cody Nevin, who knows? Yeah, right. Who knows? Who knows? It's tough. It's tough with Nevin. It is tough with Nevin. I just don't want to see him drive it straight into the wall because he gets frustrated, like I seen him do it at Volusia. All right, who's going to be the first one to pull out on the track? Who is going to be our first victim? 9 seconds. Wow, they are all waiting. Nobody's coming out on the track. Here comes Trip Whitmire in that number 8 machine. He's going to be the first one to pull out on the track here tonight. Trip out in that number 8, looking to get a good qualifying time. Looks like Selby going to follow suit. He's out on the track now. Trip down into turn at number 3 and 4. Let's see where he is going to set that bar here tonight as he comes across the line with a 12.107 for Trip Whitmire. Durgan coming out on the tracks. Looked like Selby did not like his lap. Goes ahead and pulls off the track. He's going to try again. Let's see what Caleb Durgan is able to do in that number 17 machine. He's pretty good at this track, so I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a good lap time in as he heads through turn number 3 and 4. I don't know if he got any practice in, though, so that could play a factor here tonight as Caleb Durgan comes out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Did he just clip the wall down the back straightaway? Looked like a bad entry into turn number 3 and 4, but Durgan's going to go third quick with a 12.101 as Hunter Rich to the top of the charts with a 12.027. Now everybody's starting to float out onto the track. We got Nathan Waddell in that number 5 machine. He's going to try to put down a heater here tonight as he comes across the line. He's going to start lap number 1. Let's see if he likes this lap or if he backs out of it as he heads through turn number 3 and 4. Nathan Waddell to the line. Where's he going to put that number 5? Diesel Jones went second quick with a 0.48. Waddell goes quick time with a 12.025. Only 2 1,000ths of a second quicker. Oh, he picked up the pace. No, he didn't pick up the pace on lap number 2. I thought he did. Nathan Waddell out there with the quick time. Dylan Yeager now, though, in the 48. Where's he going to put that thing as he comes across the line? In that number 48. Let's see if Dylan Yeager can put it to the top of the charts as he comes out of turn number 4 across the line. Riley Knoll goes quick time as Yeager's going to go 7th. Riley Knoll with a 12.021. Look how close those lap times are. That is insane. Selby's still out there struggling in that number 46 machine. Currently 25th quick. The only person not ahead of him on the charts is Justin White, and I don't even know if Justin's in here. He is. He just didn't qualify. All right. Let's get ready for heat race number 1 as they pull out onto the track. Starting on the pole here tonight in heat race number 1, it's going to be Riley Knoll. Outside of him in the number 33, it's going to be Hunter Rich. Starting inside row number 2 in that number 5 machine, it's going to be Diesel Jones. Outside of him in the 48, it's going to be Dylan Yeager. Starting inside row number 3 in that number 35 machine, it's going to be Aaron Stuckwich. Outside of him in the number 12, it's going to be Bolton Porterfield. Starting inside row number 4 in the 09, it's going to be Tanner Tomasi. Outside of him in the number 31, it's going to be Robbie Buchanan. Starting inside row number 5 in that number 20 machine, it's going to be Willie Cuddy. Outside of him, it is going to be Zach Weisenflew. Starting inside row number 6, it's going to be Chase Copeland with Levi Fisher to his outside, and rounding out the field here tonight in that number 46 and heat race number 1, it's going to be Matt Selby. Out of turn number 4, they're going to get the one to go at the line. 1 lap to go. These are wide cars. It's going to be interesting, wide and long. It's going to be interesting to see if they can keep it as clean as the Modifieds did. I should shut that off. As they come out of turn number 2, pace truck going to pull in, looking for that green flag. When will Noel fire him off? Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come down the front straightaway. Riley Knoll going to ship it into turn number 1 and 2. Slides up the track, cut down by Hunter Rich. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn at number 3 and 4. Side by side, nope. Hunter Rich going to slide up the track. Parks it on the 07 and Knoll as they head into 1 and 2. Hunter Rich out front, down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Knoll down low. Slides him into turn number 3 and 4. Cut down by Rich. Drag race to the line. Hunter Rich at the line down into 1 and 2. Slides up the track, parks it on the front of the 07, down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Noel's going to stay in line. That might be a good move as we got contact further back as Tomasi gets in the back of Yeager. Yeager trying to hold on to a transfer spot. Right now it is Willie Cuddy in that final transfer spot. And that number 23 as they head through turn number 3 and 4 down the front straightaway. He's got Robbie Buchanan trying to work that outside out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Contact up ahead of him between Stuckwich and Tomasi. Out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway side by side. Wow, slide job by Yeager on Jones. Jones going to cut back up underneath out of turn number 2. Battle for the lead is definitely starting to pick up. Here comes Riley Knoll with a cut down out of turn number 4. Gets it up underneath him into turn number 1 and 2. Slides up the track. Rich back up underneath out of turn 2. Drag race down the front back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Slides up the track for Hunter Rich. Knoll back with the cut down. Knoll at the line into turn number 1 and 2. He's going to slide into turn number 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Here comes Hunter Rich once again. Rich going to ship it in hard into turn number 3 and 4. Knoll back with the cut down out of turn 4. At the line, Knowles going to take the win. Rich, Yeager, Jones, Tomasi, Cuddy, Copeland going to the feature here tonight. Selby, Fisher, Wiseland, Stuckwich, Buchanan, and Porterfield going to the Consi. Man, Riley Knoll and Hunter Rich putting on quite the dance up at the front as we get ready for heat race number 2. It is going to be on the pole here tonight in heat race number 2, it's going to be the number 5 of Nathan Waddell. Outside of him in the number 27, it's going to be Brady Thompson. Starting inside row number 2 in the 747 is going to be Tyson Banks. Outside of him in the number 16, it's going to be Joey Langron. Starting inside row number 3 in that number 11 machine, it's going to be Cody Nevin. Outside of him in the 327, it's going to be Hayden Tolson. Starting inside row number 4 in the number 17 machine is going to be Caleb Durgan. Outside of him in that number 8 is going to be Trip Whitmire. Starting inside row number 5 in the number 56 is going to be Evan Channel. Outside of him in the number, I don't know what the hell these guys are doing. I just realized I didn't have it up. Outside of him, and it is going to be, who's it? Daryl Bass. I don't know who some of these guys are. Starting inside row number 6, it's going to be Robbie Milburn. Outside of him, it's going to be Blanken Whitley. Then rounding out the field here tonight, it's going to be Justin White. I just realized I had quick times up and not the gap. Let's go ahead and pull that up. As these guys come down the front straightaway, we are going to get that one to go, looking for the green flag this time by Nathan Waddell going to lead him. Good luck, Cody Nevin. Nevin's got some work to do to hold on to a transfer spot as they head into turn number 3 and 4. What's up, Tyler? You ready? I'm sure you'll be there in 15 minutes as the green flag is out. Green flag is out as they head into 1 and 2. Waddell going to have a great jump. Here comes Thompson. Looking up underneath. Big contact. Final transfer spot out of turn number 4. Tripp going to roll the bottom. Here comes Banks. Banks going to thread the needle between Durgan and Tripp through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Contact between Tripp and Banks. Down into turn number 3 and 4. It is chaotic here in that around that bubble spot right now. Banks is in. A lot of cars within grasp as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Contact by Daryl Bass from behind. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway. Battle for third as they're going to go 3 wide as Tolson looks to the bottom. Here comes Lingron. He's going to slide into turn number 3 and 4 up the track. Thompson back with the cut down. Waddell's got to be loving what's happening behind him as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Here comes the slide from Lingron. Cut down by Thompson. Tolson going to follow on the bottom. Looks lower than Thompson. Tries to take it up underneath him as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4. White flag is out. 1 lap to go as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Tolson rolling that bottom. Battle for that number 2 spot. Thompson has it through turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Lingron to the bottom. It's going to be Nathan Waddell with the win. Where did Nevin come from with a big haymaker? It's going to be Waddell, Thompson, Lingron, Tolson, Nevin, Durgan, and Banks going to the feature here tonight. You're ready to make it 5 out of 7, Moody? I'm sure you guys are ready. That's going to be going up. If you guys are going to run that ARCA race, it does go up. The session does go up at 9:15. First 24 cars to join. Get the race here tonight as we get ready for the LCQ. So we got about 13 minutes before that session opens. Starting on the pole here tonight in the LCQ. Moody, you got me again, says Jacob. It is going to be Matt Selby. Outside of him, it's going to be Daryl Bass. Starting inside row number 2, it's going to be Levi Fisher. Outside of him, it's going to be Tripp Whitmire. Starting inside row number 3, it's going to be Zach Weisenflew. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Outside of him, it's going to be Blanken Whitley. Starting inside row number 4, it's going to be Ethan Stuckwich with Robbie Milburn in that number 8 spot. Starting inside row number 5 in the number 31 machine is going to be Robbie Buchanan with Justin White to his outside. Starting inside row number 6, it's going to be Bolton Porterfield with Evan Channel to his outside. Rounding out the field here tonight as they come out of turn number 4, top 4 transfer. Everybody else is going home. How do we get this? Is Top Split official. Now, the ARCA race is open hosted. That'll be up at 9:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's about 12 minutes from now. This is the ARCA is fixed. This is not. This is open set. This is official. Landon, thank you for the rose. Appreciate that, bud. As always, as they come out of turn number 4, green flag is out. Green flag's out as they come down the front straightaway. Selby with a great jump. Here comes Levi Fisher. He's going to slide Daryl Bass. Bass going to cut back up underneath him down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Oh, my God. We got a gaggle of cars from third on back as they head into 1 and 2. Oh, he is sideways as Tripp Whitmire going to get knocked out of a transfer spot. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Down the back, or 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Now that 24 rolling the bottom. They're 3 wide for third into turn number 1 and 2. Slide job by Blanken Whitley. Blanken's going to slide up the track. Daryl Bass back with the cut down. This is anybody's transfer. We could end up with a pile of cars. We're going to find out here soon as they come out of turn number 2. Big stack up. Somehow they keep it straight. Big door by Whitley. Whitley going to door Bass up the track. Here comes the 17. He's going to park it on the nose. Oh, he goes around. Big wreck, big wreck. Buchanan caught up someone alt up forward as they head through turn number, I don't even know. They're still crashing. Out of turn 4, that was the world's longest crash. I think that crash took a whole lap as they come out of turn number 2. Oh, they're still wrecking. They're still wrecking. Oh my God, that was horrible. As Selby continues to lead the way. Zach in second, Ethan third, Trip Whitmire in that fourth and final transfer spot with a ton of damage on that car. What's up, Curtis? Out of turn. Yeah, that was wild. That was the wildest thing I've ever seen, I think, LaFon. Oh, there's lap traffic causing issues. He's going to get into Trip. Trip goes around. Oh my God, this is. Whoa, no, Trip, don't do it. Oh my God, this is so bad. They're just sitting out on the track. Bunch of fucking morons. There's a 17. Levi's still crashing. Selby's going to take the win. Zach in second. Stuckwich and Channel going to the feature here tonight. You know, Selby might be the only one that deserves to go to the feature. I was going to say, Selby's the only one that didn't cause any of that. All right. We're going to go ahead and I can't wait to hear what Slide Job Steve has to say about that B main. I don't know, but I'm sure Slide Job Steve is going to have something to say. Starting on the pole here tonight. Starting on the pole here tonight, Slide Job, go Haas. What's up, Riley? Haas won't be racing until the next one. Riley Noel going to start on the pole here tonight in that 07. Outside of him, in the number 5, is going to be Nathan Waddell. Starting inside, row number 2, in the number 33 machine, it's going to be Hunter Rich. Outside of him, in the 27, is going to be Brady Thompson. Starting inside, row number 3, in the number 48 machine, it's going to be Dylan Yeager. Outside of him, in the number 16, it's going to be Joey Pasta Lingron. That was dumb. That was definitely dumb, Trip. Whatever happened right there, that wasn't your fault. Starting inside, row number 4 here tonight is going to be Diesel Jones. Outside of him, it's going to be Hayden Tolson. I got to roll through these guys. It's going to be Tanner Tomasi starting in 9th. Cody Nevin in 11th. Going to be Willie Cuddy in that number 12 spot. Caleb Durgan, or 11th spot. Caleb Durgan in 12th. Then rounding out the rest of the field here tonight. Let's see if I can get through them all. I probably can't. It's going to be Chase Copeland in 13th. Banks in 14th. Selby 15th. Zach in 16th. Stuckwich 17th. And Evan in that number 18 spot. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come into turn a number 1 and 2 down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Going to be Riley Knoll leading the way. He's got Nathan Waddell looking up underneath down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Riley Knoll going to lead lap number 1 as they come down the back straightaway. Here comes Hunter Rich looking down low. Yeager was trying to look lower. He's going to find his way up underneath there as they come across the line. 3 wide per second. Down into turn number 1 and 2 down the back straightaway, still side by side, 3 wide for that number 2 spot through turn number 3 and 4. Look, these guys are running 3 wide just fine. They couldn't even run side by side in the B main as they head through turn number 3 and 4, or 1 and 2. Sorry. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Yeager making ground down on that outside. He's got that bottom, or inside. He's got that bottom side digging down the front straightaway up to that number 2 spot. He's looking for more. Up underneath Knoll out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Dylan Yeager catfishing down on the bottom, lifting that left front up down the front straightaway, down into turn number 1 and 2. He is toting the left front up over those tires out on the inside. He is that far down low. He's going to catch the tire that time as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Hunter Rich sees what he's doing. He's going to follow suit as Knowles going to push out wide. Yeager with the lead on the bottom, down the back straightaway through turn number 3 and 4. Who's going to have it at the line? It's going to be Riley Knoll at the line. No new race leader. Is Yeager going to slide up the track out of turn 2? Here comes Knoll back up to the back with the cut down. He's going to slide up the track. Yeager going to look down low. Hunter Rich down on the bottom. Wow, Nathan, nowhere to go. Almost get to the back of Yeager. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Noel going to roll that wall. Yeager 2 just behind him as Hunter Rich continues to bottom feed in that number 33 machine. He's going to roll the bottom as Yeager now making that top side work. He's going to try to find his way around the 07 of Riley Noel as they come down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Oh, Yeager got too much wall in turn number 1 and 2. He's going to lose a ton of ground. Here comes Nathan Waddell down to the bottom through turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway. We're going to get 3 wide again for second into turn number 1 and 2. Who's it going to be this time by? Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. It is all Riley Noel out front, but we're going to watch this battle for second as Yeager able to hold on to it down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Yeager caught that wall, definitely cost him a lot of time on the lead. He might need a little help to track down the leader. We'll see if we get a caution flag in this one as they are still 2, 3, and 4 wide back in the back. Oh, Banks gets into the 17, knocks him up the track. Is that Durgan? That is Durgan in that number 17. Big contact with Banks, able to hold on to it. He's going to go to the right side of Nevin. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Big battles back here. They're 4 wide behind him out of turn number 2. Battle for second continues to rage on, but Dylan Yeager has it. Here comes Nathan Waddell down low out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Now they're going to line up. Let's see if they can line up and reel in the leader. Looked like somebody might have gotten spun out. I saw somebody completely sideways. Somehow they save it as it looks like Diesel Jones going to slide up the track. Here comes Tomasi in the 09. Tomasi down to the bottom out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. This is crazy racing all around the track as they head through turn number 1 and 2. They are 3 wide in the rear right now. 3 wide at the back of the pack. I saw 2 rows of 3 wide for a minute there as they come out of turn number 4. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Oh my God, this is sketchy back here as these guys race hard not to finish in that final transfer spot. Back up to the front. These 3 keeping it single file right now, trying to reel in our leader, Riley Noel, as Noel leads the field out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. 20 laps in the books. I'm actually surprised we are still green as Thompson going to slide Lingron. Lingron back with the cut down. Lingron going to cut up underneath down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. He's going to toss it in, slides up the track. Here comes Thompson back up underneath out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Ships it up into turn number 3 and 4 as Lingron cuts back up underneath. Back and forth for this number 5 spot. Lingron has it. Thompson wants it back. No, Thompson going to get back in line as they come down the back straightaway. Oh, a little bit of contact between Hunter Rich and Nathan Waddell. Hunter Rich going to take the spot. Waddell back up underneath. Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway, looking for 3 and 4. Great battle here for that number 3 spot. Who's going to get that final podium position? Right now, Hunter Rich is in it as Riley Noel pulls away from the field as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. So Riley Noel has a very big lead right now, 2.6 seconds. Some of these guys hoping for a caution, hoping he's beating up his tires. We're going to find out here soon as we are halfway through this one, 25 laps to go. Durgan, you're definitely not going to win it back here in 9th. You need to move your ass forward if you're going to do what you said. As here comes Tolson up underneath Diesel Jones. He's going to slide into that number 7 spot. So Tolson trying to make his way forward as they come out of turn at number 4 down the front straightaway. Right now, 27 laps in the books as these guys beating and banging. Caution flag comes out. Caution, caution, caution. Let's go take a look and see what happened here. Looks like it's going to be towards the back with Stuckwich. What happens here? Oh, just a stack up gets hit from behind. Turn around. Caution flag comes out. And this is going to restack the field. I'll tell you what, this could get very interesting here pretty quick. Some good battles around the track. Definitely some good sportsmanship now after that B main. People giving each other apologies just for making mistakes. as Riley Knoll is dominating this one. Will he be able to continue to do so on this oh shit, we are going back. Green flag racing. I need to get to Riley Knoll up at the front as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Pace truck gonna pull in. Riley Knoll, it should go up any second now. I set it for 9:15, so you know sometimes it takes 2 minutes. Yeah, Hunter was looking good. Rich was looking real good. Green flag is out as here comes the slide from Yeager. Rich down on the bottom. Oh, Riley Knoll threads the needle, takes the lead back at the line. Knoll going to slide back up to the track as they come on to turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Here comes Nathan Waddell. Here comes Langron in the 16. It is an open lobby. It's always open lobby. Down into turn. It's top first 24 to make it in there as they come out of turn at number 2 down the back straightaway. Going to be Riley Knoll leading the way. Riley into the wall hard. Riley going to make a little bit of a mistake. They're able to stay in the gas and stay out in front of Yeager for now as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. It's a 20-minute practice, so as long as it doesn't fill up, you should be good. Out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. We got 18 laps to go. Knoll going back to work on the field. He's trying to pull away now. Battle going to be between Rich and Waddell. Waddell going to get the wall. Rich going to throw the slider. Cut down by Rich. Here comes Tolson. Tolson down to the bottom in that number 327. Waddell going to throw the slider. Hunter Rich going to thread the needle as they head into turn number 3 and 4 down the front straightaway as Waddell takes that spot back. 4-car battle here for the number 3 spot as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Waddell has it. Here comes Lindgren. Oh, Waddell into the wall with Hunter Rich right behind him. Tolson going to take that number 4 spot, gets in front of Hunter Rich. Hunter Rich going to cut back down out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. This is a top split official. The ARCA race we are about to do, which should be up now, is hosted. Single file now for these guys as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. How long will it last? Looks like Tolson going to try to work that bottom again. Knows if he stays in line, he's never going to pass, as he might have made a little contact with Nathan Waddell. Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Here comes Tolson looking back down low. The UMP is the last one. That is the top split official at 10:15 Eastern time, I think is what it is. All right, we're going to go back here and take a look. Something's going on back here. Oh, we got big contact. Oh, Tolson, Tomasi jumps the tire, makes contact there. Somehow they all keep it straight. It is chaos back here in the back of the pack as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, big contact there as Copeland and Nevin make contact as they come out of turn number 4. This is for 11th on back, guys. This is how nuts 11th on back is as they come out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, into turn number 3 and 4. Every one of these cars, I believe, has some kind of damage on it as they come down the front straightaway with 9 laps to go into turn number 1 and 2. Back up to the front is all Riley Knoll, then Dylan Yeager and Nathan Waddell. Waddell has caught Yeager. Battle for second is on as they come down the back straightaway. Down into turn. Oh, Yeager gets the wall. Waddell had to back out of it as Tolson throws a big slider for 4th behind us. Out of turn number 2. Wow. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Yeager going to get the wall. So does Waddell as they come down the front straightaway. 6 laps to go. Nathan was there, and now he is falling back as he caught the wall one too many times. As we move back here, as Tolson and Lingron battle it out for that number 5 spot. Here comes Lingron back up underneath as they head into turn number 1 and 2. He's going to slide up the track, cut down by Tolson. Tolson going to get up underneath, down the back straightaway, looking for 3 and 4. Going to jump up the track, bangs that cushion. Here comes Lingron back up underneath. He's going to take the spot as they got 4 laps to go. Durgan now up to the number 7 spot, slowly moving forward in that number 17 as the battle for second is starting to pick up again, maybe. As we move back here to this battle, as Durgan is trying to get in the mix, he's going to hit the wall as we got 3 laps. Better make it 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Dylan Yeager in that number 2 spot. Nathan Waddell in 3rd. Hunter Rich 4th. Lingron in 5th as they head through turn number 3 and 4. White flag is out. 1 lap to go for Riley Knoll. Knoll going to slip it through turn number 3 and 4. Just can't make a mistake here. He's going to bang the wall down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Takes the safe lane down on the bottom. And the W here tonight. Dylan Yeager in 2nd. Nathan Waddell in 3rd. Hunter Rich and Lingron, your top 5. That was nuts. All right. Is it going to pop up or what? All right. It's going to be Riley Knoll with the win. Dylan Yeager in 2nd. Nathan Waddell in that number 3 spot. Hunter Rich in 4th. Lingron going to be in that number 5 position. Hayden Tolson in 6th. Caleb Durgan in 7th. Going to be Diesel Jones in that number 8 spot. Brady Thompson in 9th. Willie Cuddy in 10th. Going to be Selby in that number 11 spot. Tomasi in 12th. Cody Nevin in 13th. Tyson Banks in that number 14 spot. Zach in 15th. Stuckwich in 16th. Going to be Copeland 17th and Evan in that number 18 spot. Your first MDI appearance coming up. Nice. All right. We're going to see if anyone in that top 3 make it into the Discord. We'll see if Nathan Waddell makes an appearance. Sometimes he does. I'm going to go ahead and change your Gage Knox. Okay. All right. So this is going to be week number 7 for the ARCA Dirt cars. Also, just so you guys know, if it is definitely time for some ARCA racing. We're going to jump over there. If Nathan makes his way over here, he's more than welcome to come talk to us. As always, Nathan is always welcome in the booth. Or anyone from that top 3. But we're going to go ahead and jump into our ARCA hosted session. Looks like we got 9 cars right now. I know a couple other guys. Maybe Cody Nevin's going to join. Remington is trying to join. We'll see if some more people do. This has been the best racing, though, of the season so far. Are these ARCA Dirt cars? It could be awfully interesting here tonight to see what happens. See Jacob Cannon up in the Discord. We know Moody's. Oh, looks like Moody, Lovelace, and Clint all in Discord together. I guess I got to click on this to get in there, don't I? You're hurrying. You're good. You're good. It looks like we're not full yet. I see Gage in there. All right, so we got Clint, we got Cody Nevin, Curtis Griffin. Definitely a couple of people I've never heard of. Jacob Cannon's made it in there. I see Gage. I see Kenny Storkson. Landon Moody. The Thrash Can is making an appearance on dirt. Nice. Riley Perez. Tyler Autry. Tyler Davis. And Zach Lovelace all in there right now. Remember, if this is your first time out there, throttle control is everything. Less is more sometimes. Just be easy on that throttle. Don't worry about getting full throttle. Just keep that car straight. Don't spin those tires. As we get ready for tonight's ARCA race number 7. Let's see. Somebody else just joined. Let's see. Jacob Fields is making an appearance. Good to see Jacob jump in here again. Yeah, no problem. Hey, they will. I'm actually thinking about changing the date. The day of the week for next season. We'll see. We're going to keep it the way it is for now. I won't change it mid-season. As these guys are out on the track. All right, I'm going to go look. I will look, Demon. I'm looking right now. Let's see. Oh my God. When women are pregnant and they go swimming or take a bath, they are human submarines. Definitely a fact. Definitely a fact here. So Moody currently at the top of the charts. You see Jacob Cannon out there. Here comes Curtis Griffin pulling out on the track. Tyler Autry. Tyler Autry out on the track. Clint Sheehan. Let's see if Mark Thrash makes a couple laps here. Tyler Davis in the 04. Gage Knox. Oh my God. Suicide run off of pit road as Gage Knox comes out on the track. You said no more haircut? Oh my God. You're bald. That is scary. Nice, yeah. I'm thinking about moving it to a different day of the week, maybe Wednesdays or something. We'll figure it out. As we get closer to winter, we got a little bit more freedom. You said you would do it. I couldn't go completely bald. Well, hello, Kenny. Kenny going to make it out on the track. Let's see. We got 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 cars out on the track right now, or in the session right now. 17, 18, 19. Oh, it is pushing it. Loud pedal on the right, Remington. Loud pedal on the right. Get home. Get home, Remington. Gage Knox to the top of the charts in the number 76. He's going to knock Moody off the top. Yeah, you know, Moody's been trying to grab those bonus points for winning the pole, trying to secure that lead he's got a little bit because he's been so dominant. And we keep getting some guys that come in and taking that away from him. He's going to get frustrated here if he doesn't get the pole tonight. That was insane. It's all about, I'll tell you what, oh my God. Landon Moody and Zach Lovelace giving each other a kiss right there. All right, let's see who else we got coming in here. Do we got anybody new? Oh, we are filling up. I think we got like 2 spots left. Hopefully Remington makes it. Oh, Remington James did make it. Remington James. Remington, you made it. I was so worried he was going to make it. All right, so looks like we're going to have a pretty close to a full session here tonight. This is going to be awfully interesting. All right, so that was close, Remington. That was really close. It was almost full. You guys got about 7.5 minutes left to work in this track. We're going to let these guys work in this track because you know what? The racing is always better when they work in the track. All right, let's see. What do we got going on? Who do we got in Discord right now? Let's see. That guy looks quick. Who? What's the Discord? If you go into my profile, Discord link is in the profile over there on TikTok. Discord link is in the profile, at my TikTok profile. So click up on the top left hand side where my name is, and you can get the profile, the link there. What's up, Dakota? What's up? We are going to let this roll through. Mark Thrash out on the track, currently 11th quick. Riley Green has showed up. Oh, man, we got a full field here tonight. Looks like we are going to get that Consi in here, work this track in. tonight. 16 going into tonight's feature. Poor Mark is struggling. Mark, you just got to put it on that right rear. Throttle control. Less is more. Yeah, Gage got a quick lap. He says he doesn't know where that came from. There you go. That looked good. That looks good. Too much throttle. Too much throttle. I can hear you spinning it, Mark. Full field. Full field. Yes. I think we might be completely full. We are completely full. Tyler Ducharme going to make an appearance. Oh, no. All right, we're going to go. Mark, stop trying to get full throttle. Try not to go full throttle. I mean, don't worry about going full throttle. Just roll into it. I know it's hard with your pedals anyway. But less is more with the throttle. It makes a huge difference. Got it? Oh, Mark won't even talk to me.
Got it. I got it.
All right. Don't step on your dick.
I'm going to. I'm going to wreck the whole field.
just you know, Tyler might pay you to... Autry might pay you to wreck Moody.
Hey.
Okay. He doesn't need to pay me to do that.
You want me to send him your Cash App? Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, have fun, guys.
Yep.
I'll
That was funny. All right, so. Oh no! Got one that backed it in. Let's see. Is that supposed to mean last chance qualifier? That we do have an LCQ right now. We are we are definitely getting a last chance qualifier in this one. You know, I don't know if you guys remember, but last time we were here, Moody flirted with that tire. Hey, Moody, didn't you hit the tire on pit road last time we were here?
I sure did.
You just
Thank you for bringing up bad memories.
Well, if you don't do it again, it's not a bad memory. It's a learning experience.
Well, if I hit it again, my race is over.
It's just like having sex, you know? You make all your mistakes the first time, the second time you get better.
You wouldn't know that.
I love Lace read my mind.
What happened to shooting blank?
Oh yeah, Consi is Consolation Race is LCQ. Last chance qualifier. B main, whatever you want to call it. It is finish top 4 or go home. Steele only saw I like cake. And then you said the second one. Where did I find you? OnlyFans? Yeah. That's hilarious. Is that what she told you? It's getting slick. Yeah, this I'll tell you what. I will tell you what. This track, there's a sweet spot with these cars where you'll get some perfect racing, and it's got to start to slicken out a little bit, and it'll be multiple grooves. Right now, it's not really slick. I don't see any slick spots. It's probably slicker than it was. Yeah, you know, everybody calls it something different. So I think iRacing calls it a B main. You got your LCQ, Consi. Now they might call it a Consi, is what they call it in there. It is crazy. It's gonna be all about consistency, throttle control, consistency. Mark is struggling a little bit too. Cody Nevin is not put down a lap. Tyler Ducharme currently 6th quick. The track is slowing down a little bit, guys, so don't be discouraged with your times. Honestly, I'm not seeing people just crash everywhere, which is the impressive part. These guys doing a pretty good job here in practice. Is that where you plan on being, Jacob?
Open.
Clint Sheehan out on the track in the 69. Clint is he's not the slowest either. Good job, Clint. Well, as I say that, he kicks the back end out. Top 16 transfer into tonight's feature. All right, guys, we're going to be getting into qualifying. Remember, you have 3 laps. 3 laps for qualifying. Let me go ahead and put this. We're going to go ahead and move that there. We're going to get into qualifying here tonight. Remember, 5 bonus points for getting the pole in this series. So Landon Moody and Tyler Autry really looking for those quick times here tonight in qualifying. Tyler going to be the first one to jump out on the track in that number 8. Tyler going to start lap number 1. Still a lot of grip in this track right now. Looks like there's a little slick down the back straightaway heading into turn at number 3, but for the most part, rest of the track looking pretty tacky as Tyler Autry going to set that bar with a 15.587. Gage Knox going to go second quick. Gary Smith to the top of the charts. Now, we cannot count that first lap necessarily as the fastest. It doesn't always work there. What did Moody do? Oh, he said good luck. That's right. He said good luck in their super race. Let's see where Tyler Autry currently in that number 7 spot. Tyler Ducharme putting out the quick time. Oh my God, Tyler is going to die in the video game so I don't get banned anywhere. In that number 8 machine, he's going to be 8th quick as it stands right now. Clint Sheehan out on the track. Remington James out there on the track. Landon Moody currently 3rd quick. Curtis Griffin, 2nd quick. Let's see how Remington James can do in that number 36 machine, making it in last minute for tonight's race. He's missed the last couple weeks. Oh, he's going to lose it out of turn number 2. He's 8th quick. He's going to go ahead, pull it back out, and try to run another lap. Jacob Cannon coming out on the track in that number 15 machine. Tyler Ducharme out there putting down another lap. Oh, that sucks. I've done that so many times. Let's see what Jacob Cannon is able to do as he heads through turn number 3 and 4 here. He is so good with that throttle. He's going to go 10th quick as it stands right now with a 15.586. He's going to roll the bottom of turn number 3 and 4. Let's see if this is a little bit quicker this time by. He's got one more lap. Will he take advantage? Lovelace is out on the track. He's going to go 10th quick. Jacob Cannon up to 9th. One more lap for the number 15 as he heads through turn at number 3 and 4. Cody Nevin going to go 11th quick as Jacob Cannon going to come across the line to complete lap number 3. It is not quicker. He's going to be looking to start 9th as it stands right now. Wow. You got time to race. You got time to race. You're good. You're good. Plenty of time to make it in. Top 16 transfer into tonight's feature. As we get ready for heat race number 1. P19, let's go. All right, guys. If this is your first time out here, there are no caution flags in the heats or the consi. Top 6 from each heat race, top 4 from the consi. Total of 16 going into tonight's feature. All starts will be on leader. Biggest thing here tonight is to keep the chat clear. with bullshit. If you get mad at somebody, I don't care if you want to mic up and tell them they're a fucking moron once, but leave it at one and done. Easiest way to get kicked out of the server is to keep it going. Other than that, guys, remember there are some racing for points, so be courteous out there. Remember, throttle control is everything in these things. Have fun, and make sure you guys tune in to MDiTV on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and TikTok. You got to specify which one you're talking about. All right, it's going to be Tyler Ducharme starting on the pole here tonight with Landon Moody outside of him. Going to be chasing that number 3 spot. Ward in 4th. Going to be Cannon in that number 5 position. Nevin in 6th. Tyler Autry in 7th. Mark Thrash going to start in that number 8 spot. Morris in 9th. Riley Green in 10th. Going to be Logan Morris in that number 11 spot. Perez in 12th, and he is not out there. Top 6 going to transfer through here tonight. As they are going to look for that green flag. Tyler Ducharme leads the way in that number 24. Tyler Herb. Oh, got twin paints. That's awesome. That'll happen. That'll happen. All right, we are looking for the green flag as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Tyler Ducharme leads the way. Bobby Pearson, the 32. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Green flag is out as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be no caution flags in these heats. Top 6 transfer through as Landon Moody rolls that top side, gets up into that number 2 spot, tries to chase down Tyler Ducharme as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. It's going to be Ducharme leading the way. He's got that bottom middle side rolling, but here comes Moody with a big run down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. He's going to go to the bottom. Battle for the lead out of turn number 4. Moody down low. Ducharme up high. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Sounds like we got contact further back right now. Cody Nevin in that final transfer spot as we come out of turn number 2. Moody going to continue to wind it up on the high side as they come out of turn. I'm just broadcasting as they come down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Mark Thrash, contact in the back. He's down at the pond as Ducharme continues to lead the way through turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway, going to be Ducharme leading the way. Landon Moody in 2nd. Jacob Cannon in 3rd. These guys going to hit the wall. We got one up and they blinked as they come out of turn number 2. Contact as Autry makes it clear he's currently back at that number 5 spot. Oh, contact as Dale is going to try to slide up into Nevin out of turn number 4. 3 laps to go. Ducharme continues the lead. We're keeping an eye on this battle right here. Contact in the wall out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Slide job by Nevin. Dale Ward down low out of turn number 4. Drag race down the front straightaway. I think this is the hardest Nevin's ever raced for 6 as Dale's going to throw the slide hard into the wall into turn number 1 and 2. Ducharme leads the way as they come out of turn number 4. We got one in the wall. One in the wall down the front straightaway. I think it is a lap car in the wall as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Big pile up in turn number 1 and 2 as Ducharme takes the win. Tyler Autry chase. What happened? Big crash. Ducharme, Autry, Chase, Ward, Nevin, and Cannon going to transfer through. Moody's got to go to the LCQ. What the hell? What happened? What happened? Oh! What a fucking idiot. That's unfortunate. All right, that was unfortunate as the lap car took out the field like a fucking moron. I heard you. Say it again. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, you're good. Who? The one's gone, isn't he? The one that just took out the field? Check for me, because I just tried to remove him. All right, it's going to be Curtis Griffin starting on the pole. Remington James in second. Gary Smith in third. Going to be Kenny Storkson in that number 4 spot. Lovelace in fifth. Dalton Davis in that number 6 spot. Gage Knox in seventh. Going to be Tyler Davis in eighth. Roberts in ninth. Clint Sheehan in 10th. Going to be Fields in that number 11 spot. And yeah, that other guy is not there, as we are going to look for that green flag. Starts on you, Curtis. Anywhere in the middle of 3 and 4 on out. Is he gone, Mark? Oh. Looking for that green flag as the pace car is going to pull off. Just making sure. Oh, he got him. Okay. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Griffin going to slide into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Gary Smith down low. Down the front straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. Down into turn number 3 and 4. As Smith going to slide up the track. A little bit of contact between Griffin and James as we got one turned down. It is going to be Knox. Oh, wow. Oh, Clint's going to hit him into turn number 1 and 2. How does everybody miss him but Clint? Big battle up at the front as they come out of turn number 4. Gary Smith leads the way. Battle is heavy up here at the front of the pack. Oh, no! Kenny into the back of Remington. Kenny goes around. Remington goes around. Fields gets into him. Big wreck into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be Gary Smith leading the way. Zach Lovelace in second. Curtis Griffin in third. Dalton Davis in that number 4 spot as Tyler Davis sits in that 6th position. Big contact there. Oh, my God. What do we got going on? I think he just lost it. Griffin just lost it. That was unfortunate. I don't know why my SDK wants to be STD right now. It's not going live. All right. Gary Smith going to lead the way. Zach Lovelace in second. Tyler Davis in that number 3 spot. He's going to ride the wall through turn number 1 and 2. Kenny Storkson currently in that final transfer spot. Dalton Davis, Curtis Griffin in those. Don't ride the wall, guys. As Davis going to come around to turn number 2 down into 3 and 4. Right now, Gary Smith leads the way. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Oh, we got one around in turn number 1 and 2. Smith's got to make his way around. It's Fields backwards. He's going to back out of the track as they come down the back straightaway. It's going to be Gary Smith with the win. Lovelace is going to bring it home in second. Storkson going to be in third. Dalton Davis fourth. Curtis Griffin in the 6th. Top four in the Consi. That's got one car still there. What's up, Autry? You thought you were done after you got dumped. All right, we're going to see what happens here. Top four here. Top 6 in the heat races. Yeah, this is insane. Riley Green does not belong on the pole here. Could be Riley Green on the pole here tonight. Gage Knox in second. Going to be Landon Moody in that number 3 spot. Remington James in 4th. Mark Thrash going to be in 5th. Billy Roberts in 6th. Morris in 7th. Going to be Jacob Fields in that number 8 position. Matthew Morris in 7th. I think he is gone. Clint Sheehan in 10th or 9th. Clint Sheehan in 10th. Going to be Perez is not there, and the other guy's not. No, Heat 2 was not. Neither was Heat 1. Oh, yeah. I think he knows you didn't mean to. You spun out trying to let him catch it. Yeah, the start's going to be on you, Riley. You can go anywhere in the middle of 3 and 4 up to when the green flag flies. So just remember, don't hammer it. We saw what happened last week when you hammer it on the start. I think it was wasn't it Mark that spun out on the start there? Not Thrash. All right, looking for the green flag into turn number 3 and 4. Can these guys keep it straighter than they did in heat race number 2? We're about to find out. As the green flag is out. Green flag's out down the front straightaway. Tight field up at the front. Moody just wants to get to the front of the field as they come out of turn number 2, trying to race his way in. Has not been in this position all season long, having to go to the LCQ. He's going to get the lead out of turn number 4. Big contact out of 4. Gage trying to, man, there are some good drivers trying to race their way in. Here comes the 007. Billy Roberts is in here too. He's another one that's good that could race their way in as they come through turn number 3 and 4. Moody out front. Gage Knox in second. Remington James up to third. Mark Thrash trying to battle for that final transfer spot. He's got Jacob Fields up underneath. Here comes Gage Knox up underneath down the back straightaway. He's looking for the lead in 3 and 4. Gage going to slide up. He parks it on Moody's nose out of turn number 4. Takes the lead with 3 laps in the books. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Moody looking down low. Battle for third is starting to heat up. Man, there are some big hitters in here. Looks like Riley Green going to have issues out of turn number 2. So does Clint Sheehan. They get it going back straight as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Knox going to lead the way. Here comes Moody in that number 84. Contact for that number 3 spot as Fields gets in the back of Remington. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Mark Thrash waiting for somebody to make a mistake. He doesn't normally run dirt. I'm actually surprised he got in. As Moody throws the haymaker, slides into turn number 1 and 2. Easy cut down by Gage Knox. Knox going to get back to the lead through turn number 3 and 4 as they come out of turn number 4. 6 laps complete. We got 4 laps to go. Oh, Riley, go down to the infield. Down into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Knox leading the way. Here comes Moody out of turn number 4. It's going to be 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Oh, Fields going to grab the wall. Does he have a broken car? Looked a little funky in 1 and 2. Battle for the lead is starting to pick up as Remington James is closing in as they come out of turn number 4. 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go. Knox continues to lead. Moody putting the pressure on him. These guys are in. How hard does Moody want to push it? Down into turn number 3 and 4. Slide job by Moody. Cut down by Gage. White flag is out. 1 lap to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Moody. Moody with the haymaker. Gage sideways out of turn number 2. Gets back up underneath. Down the back straightaway. Into 3 and 4. Moody up on the high side. Gage down low. They almost touch out of 4. Drag race down the front straightaway. It's going to be Moody, Gage, James, and Fields, your top 4. That fit it. That finish was awesome. I don't care what you guys say. No, you guys were together. Let's cut the chat. Race of the night, yeah. All right, let's get ready for Let's get ready for tonight's main event. Starting on the pole here tonight in the number 24, it's going to be Tyler Ducharme. Outside of him, it's going to be Gary Smith. Starting inside row number 2, it's going to be Tyler Autry with Zach Lovelace to his outside. Starting inside row number 3, it is going to be Chase. Outside of him, it's going to be Tyler Davis. Starting inside row number 4 here tonight, it is going to be Dale Ward. Kenny Storkson to his outside. Going to be Cody Nevin in that number 9 spot. Dalton Davis in 10th. Jacob Cannon going to start in 11th. Curtis Griffin going to start in that number 12 spot, if he's still in here. Griffin is gone, huh? Landon Moody going to start in 13th. Gage Knox in 14th. Going to be Remington James in 15th and Jacob Fields in 16th. That was a great finish. That was awesome. So we got 14 out of 16. I'm just going to give everybody a heads up while I'm saying this. By the way, start is on you, Ducharme. Anywhere in the middle of 3 and 4 on out. But if people are going to join, make the feature with only 16 going to the feature and then not show up for the feature, I'm just going to start blocking them because it screws up the race. Looking for the green flag out of turn number 4. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as Ducharme going to easily jump up to the lead. We got Autry down on the bottom, rolling through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Oh, he gets a shot in the pants as Gary Smith gets in the back bumper into one and down to turn number 2. 3 wide out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Autry needs to keep his head. He needs to remember he is in the championship punt as we got a wreck trying to happen at the back of the pack as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4, trying to get this thing figured out. People trying to navigate their way through. Let's take a look. Where is Landon Moody? He's up to the number 10 spot, trying to work his way forward. Jacob Fields had issues, or not Jacob Cannon had issues, fell back a little bit. They're keeping it straight as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Battle's going to be for second as Gary and Chase make big contact out of turn number 4. Down into 1 and 2. Here comes Nevin in the number 11 through turn number 1 and 2. He's going to roll the bottom. Autry down low 2 in that number 8 machine through turn number 3 and 4. Man battles for second on back as they come out of turn number 4. What's up, Harold? Down into turn number 1 and 2. Slides up the track for Autry. Here comes Nevin. Nevin in the back bumper out of turn 2. Down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Nose to tail. Gary Smith going to pull away. Does he have the speed to catch Ducharme? Nevin going to roll the bottom side here in that number 11. Makes contact with Chase. Chase going to hold on to it. Here comes Dale Ward in the number 8. Oh, a little bit of contact between the 8s out of turn at number 4 down the front straightaway. Might have been a little net code involved. Here comes Dale Ward. He's going to slide up the track out of turn number 2. Autry starting to fade a little bit. Big competition up at the front as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Moody up to the number 8 spot. He's looking for more as he's caught the back bumper of Gage Knox. I'll tell you what, Gage and Moody are moving their way up through the field right now as these guys head through turn number 1 and 2. This is ARCA Dirt. We do this every Monday in between the Super and the UMP official. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway is going to be Moody, our points leader. Mired back here in that number 8 spot, trying to move his way forward. Gage Knox in the 76. Down the back straightaway through turn number 3 and 4. Tyler Ducharme continues to lead the way as these guys duke it out back here in the pack. There is our points battle right there. Tyler Autry in that number 8. Landon Moody in the 84 just behind him. Into turn number 3 and 4. Gage Knox down on the bottom as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Almost contact between Knox and Moody as they head into 1 and 2. It's good racing out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Door to door for Gage and Moody. They're going to make contact into 3 and 4. Moody up the track. More contact with Autry as they come out of turn number 4. They keep it straight. Nose to tail into 1 and 2. Nevin on the move as he tries to make his way past Smith. I'll tell you what, Nevin has got a race he wants to duke out with Tyler Ducharme. They met at Knoxville. I couldn't even see, honestly. They met at Knoxville, had some contact, and Nevin felt bad about it. He'd like to duke it out with Tyler Ducharme one-on-one for a victory here tonight. Will it happen? This one is open for anyone. Yes, I do this one as open hosted. Oh, Nevin throws the slide. They make contact out of turn number 2. Gary Smith in that number 97 rolling as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Tyler Ducharme's got to be bored in that 24 as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. We are 15 laps into this one when they cross the line this time by. Trying to keep an eye on everything that's going on as Nevin makes a little bit of contact with Smith into the 3 and 4. He's going to ship it into 1 and 2. Thought about the slide, but it's not there. He's going to keep it down low out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Looking for 3 and 4. Nevin's going to slide it into 3 and 4. Oh, he gets the wall over the cushion as Smith's going to keep that number 2 spot down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Oh, Smith's going to bang the wall as he was trying to get away from Nevin. That's going to allow Nevin to close the gap just a bit. Dale Ward just behind these guys as Chase in that number 5 spot. Landon Moody has made his way up to 6 as they come out of turn number 4. He was. He was that one turn. I haven't seen it the whole time. I think it was just that one turn. Back here with Moody, our points leader, back here in the number 6 spot, looking for 5th. He's going to slide into turn number 1 and 2. He needs a caution to get back up into this, and then is Chase going to run the cut down out of turn number 2. Chase going to ship it up. Here comes Jacob Cannon in that number 15 as we get the caution flag. Let's take a look. Let's see what happened back here in the pack. Oh, Davis just lost it. Oh. All right. That's what I... Oh. Yeah, good run, guys. All right, we're going to re-rack them, restack them as Tyler Ducharme leads the way here tonight. We're going to come across the line. Let's see if it's one to go this time by. It is. As they come across the line, they're going to stack them up 2 by 2, looking for that green flag this time by. Remember, this track has changed a lot, guys. If you're not used to it, just be prepared going into 1 and 2. Looking for the green flag as they head into turn at number 3 and 4. When will Tyler Ducharme fire them off? That answers that question. Green flag is out. This is what Landon Moody needed for sure in that 84. He's made a lot of ground up through the field. Him and Knox, couple good cars up in the field as we got contact further back as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Nevin's going to grab the wall. Oh my God, Knox jumps the tires down on the bottom side. Takes the ride out of turn number 4. What a save, honestly, as they head into turn number 1 and 2. All that work for nothing for Knox as he's going to go back in the back. Tyler Ducharme leading the way. Oh, no, we're wrecking. No, we keep it straight as Landon Moody's going to take advantage. He's going to jump up to the number 4 spot. They were 4 wide. Nevin making contact. They got pinched up into the wall as they headed through turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Dale Ward. Ward out of nowhere looking for second. Gonna slide Gary Smith. Oh, Jacob goes around out of turn number 4. Caution flag comes out. Oh my God. Oh, that got crazy. All right, we're going to back that up. Go ahead and back that up to that. Whatever happened there. Let's see. Oh, he just got... Caution flag comes out here tonight. Noses are optional. Nevin will tell you that. All right, we are going to look for some green flag action here. I'll tell you what, Dale Ward with some speed in that number 8 machine. He might be one to watch. You got crashed. I saw you. I saw some craziness. Was that you that hopped the tires on the inside? It got pretty wild there. Green flag is out as they come out of turn at number 4. Tyler Ducharme does not want the yellows to keep coming because here comes Gary Smith down on the bottom. Oh, they make contact in turn number 1 and 2. We're going to throw that caution. I don't know how that wasn't a caution. Yeah, everybody line up where it tells you to go. I'm going to try and shorten this one. It's probably going to put you guys back where you were. I don't know how that didn't throw a caution on its own, but I haven't been making that call all season, so I'm not going to make that call now. Just go where you belong. Oh my God, you guys are trying to die under caution. All right, we're going to go green flag this time by as they head into turn number 1 and 2. It is going to be 23 laps, 24 laps complete when they cross the line. And it's, yeah, it happens. It's crazy, especially on these restarts. We'll see if we can keep it clean this time. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come out of turn at number 4 down the front straightaway. Here comes Ward. Oh, Nevin tried to keep it out of Ducharme out of turn. Wow, Jacob Cannon through the middle. Where did he come from? It says contact with Lovelace up on the high side. Out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. I don't know what to call right now. There's so much going on as Dale Ward tries to find his way around Nevin. Nevin's going to gas it up out of turn number 2. No, you did good. That was fun to watch. Into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Nevin up to that number 2 spot. Here comes Cannon up to 3rd. Moody up underneath as they head through 1 and 2. Oh, Remington is sideways. They're going to fix him down the back straightaway. Will that be a caution? Caution flag comes out. Yeah, it does that sometimes. You definitely put a show on for sure. Let's see what exactly happened. Oh, I think Remington just got a little sideways. Yeah, Remington just over-rotated a little bit. That is unfortunate for Tyler Autry as we are going to look for that green flag. I don't do only A class. I just let anybody in. Everybody is on the lead lap that is on the track. Did I do it for late models? I don't think I did. I don't remember. All right, looking for the green flag this time by 26 laps in the books. Going to be 27. 13 to go when they take the green flag. Green flag is out as they come out of turn at number 4. Ducharme leads the way down the front straightaway. Nevin in 2nd. Jacob Cannon in 3rd. Here comes Landon Moody as him and Ward going to make contact. Nevin sideways. He lost it. Yeah, Nevin just over-rotated there. Oh, so all the other stuff that I do is the officials on Mondays. So that's not my say. So Cody Nevin going down on pit road in that number 11 machine. Yeah, I'm going to tell you, a good chunk of the field doesn't have front bumpers. It's fucking great. All right, we are getting ready for that green flag as Tyler Ducharme leads the way. Cody Nevin going to make it back out on the track as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Tyler Ducharme going to get on the gas. Green flag is out. Green flag's out as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. We got 12 laps to go. Who needs it? Yeah, bumper's just extra weight as Ducharme rides the wall out of turn number 2. Oh no, we got one around. Gary Smith around in the infield as they come out of turn number 4. Oh, there's going to be a big one out of four, isn't there? Oh, how did they not all die? Oh, the 8. Oh no. Oh. He's up and over as we got to wreck into turn number 1 and 2. We're going to keep it green as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Tyler Ducharme leads the way. Cannon in second. Caution flag comes out. All right, so the 8's going to get the wall. That's what I saw starting to happen. Then he's going to send it up and over. All right, let's see what happened to Autry here. He's had a rough one here tonight. He probably just got caught up in the accordion. Oh, no, Remington. Oh. All right, it's going to set you guys up side by side for this one. It'll be single file after that. I don't know what happened with that B main. Well, all those races were wild. All right, they are getting one to go at the line, stacked up 2 by 2. Nobody, half the field has knocked the nose off their cars as they head into turn at number 1 and 2. I think Nevin's actually got a nose. Nevin, how are you one of the few people that actually have a nose on your car? You guys can fill it in. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. We got one that just blinked out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Oh no! Kenny goes around. I think he's the one that blinked out as they hit turn number 1 and 2. Somebody had blinked out. I'm not sure who it was as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Going to be Tyler Ducharme leading the way. Ducharme going to lead it into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Moody with the slide cut down by Cannon. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, into turn number 3 and 4. Ducharme leads the way out of turn number 4. What's up? What's up, Izzy? As they come out of turn number 4, battle for second into 1 and 2. Moody going to slide up the track, cut down by Cannon. Cannon going to roll down the back straightaway. He's going to ship it into turn number 3 and 4. Slides back up the track. Great battle between... Oh. Yeah, it looks like you guys just came together. He was trying to avoid Remington. He knows how scary he is. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I haven't done it because it's kind of sucked lately. Guys, remember, it will be a single file restart from here on out. You guys are going to have 7 laps to go. Let's try and get a green flag run. I haven't done it in a while. Yeah. See you later, bud. See you later. Gage. We do asphalt on Thursdays if you want to run. I'll post it in Discord. you're in there, so. All right, we're going to be looking for that green flag this time by Jacob Cannon in that number 2 spot. He's got Moody all over the back of him. He's looking for a win, though, too. How could this fall for him? We're about to find out as we are down to... Well, we got 10 cars still on the track. Yeah. So Kenny's blinking. That's part of the problem. As the green flag comes out. Green flag is out as they come down the front straightaway, down into turn number 1 and 2. Field's going to go to the bottom. Moody gets the wall, almost wrecks, gets it back going straight, down the back straightaway, into turn number 3 and 4. We do it late, like 10:30 p.m. is when the session opens, Eastern. We do like super speedway type stuff. Down into turn number 1 and 2. It is going to be all Ducharme out front, Cannon in second. Here comes Jacob Fields in that 007. He's looking up underneath Moody through turn number 3 and 4. And look at Autry. He has still survived in that number 8 machine as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Yeah, well, it's a 30-minute practice too, but it does fill up. Down and slide by Fields, cut down by Moody out of turn number 4. 4 laps to go as they head into 1 and 2. Looks like battle's going to be for third. Down into 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Here comes Fields up underneath. We got one sideways. That's going to be Chase as Fields is going to take the number 3 spot back again in 3 and 4. Here comes Moody trying to get the run, but Fields has it. Moody's going to ship it into 1 and 2. Moody's going to ship it and deliver it in turn number 1 and 2. Fields gets the wall, able to cut down out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Battle behind him through turn number 3 and 4. Slide job by Fields, cut down by Moody out of turn number 4. Drag race to the line. Going to be 2 laps to go. All Ducharme out front. We're going to stay on this battle as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Fields going to slide up the track. Here comes Moody back with the cut down out of turn number 4. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. They make contact. Fields goes around up and over the tires as Ducharme leads the way down the back straightaway. Into 3 and 4. They're going to be 3 wide back here in the back for 4th. Here comes Gary Smith. Oh my God, they're 4 wide to the line as Lovelace is going to take it. Gary Smith, Chase, Autry, and Fields. Let's go take a look at the Fields issue. Moody just barely got him. Yeah, that was the best race for 4th in iRacing history. Moody's going to slide up here and just barely catch up. He's sideways trying to keep it out of him. That second tap, nothing Fields could do. That is unfortunate, as that will be the checkered flag here tonight. We're going to see if anybody jumps up in here. Let's go ahead and go through those results. Honestly, wasn't horrible. All right, it is going to be Tyler Ducharme with the win here tonight. Cannon in second, Moody in third. Going to be Lovelace in that number 4 spot, Chase in 5th, Gary Smith in 6th, Tyler Autry in 7th, Jacob Fields in 8th, Kenny Storkson in 9th. Going to be Remington in 10th, Cody Nevin in 11th, Dale Ward in 12th. I couldn't avoid the goofies tonight. That was great. Going to be Davis, Knox, Fields, and Griffin rounding out the field. We're going to bring in these guys. Oh, sorry, I'm pulling you in. All right, I'm going to be transferring over to the UMP race as we do this. Moody, controversial 3rd place here tonight. Unfortunately, got caught up in that heat race with the lap car just doing stupid shit, but able to race your way in through the Consi. Crazy Consi. Crazy feature, 3rd place. I'm sure you're glad just to come out of here in one piece. Well, probably 2 or 3, but
I'm just glad that we didn't tonight didn't end in a DNF. Honestly, I did not need 2 of them this season, especially after the Charlotte race. But other than that, I mean, I hate what happened on the last lap there. I mean, that was all on me. Just the car, just hard racing off the corner, and we're just going for any little drive we can get. I had 0 drive because of all the damage I had. I think was hurting me bad, and it was really affecting the way I was able to throw my sliders from before to now. But I mean, it is what it is. I just nothing I could do about it. But other than that, I mean, I enjoyed it. I thought this track was racy. Even though it was a little tricky, but it was definitely fun to say the least. Uh, Me and Cannon, we went at it for most of it, and then Fields got his way up through the field. But other than that, I enjoyed it. Very fun.
Well, great run here tonight. Why don't you go ahead and give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
I want to thank you for putting on this deal and on the broadcast. All the guys at 3D Racing, all the guys that raced tonight, Zach, Mark, Clint, everybody, Autry. It's gonna be a good points battle between, I think, me and Autry. Cannon on another great race this season, and good win at Ducharme.
Yeah, definitely some crazy, a lot of good racing, some crazy moves. This track could be tricky sometimes, but Jacob coming home second. There had to be a point there where you didn't know if you were going to finish.
Yeah, got caught up on lap 22's wreck. I ended up getting dumped by the 19, and it ripped the front end off. So we just kind of hoped right there that the car was going to drive like it was supposed to, and I didn't have to bring it down pit. But all in all, yeah, it's good turnout, good finish for us. It was pretty cool racing with Landon and Cody and all them right there for a little bit. Just sucks that we was just one spot out.
Mexican dude out there in the chat talking smack. What's up, buddy? But anyway, yeah, he goes typical 19 behavior. But great run here tonight for you, Jacob. Why don't you give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
I want to thank you, James, for putting this on for us, letting it be broadcasted out to the world. By far one of the best broadcasts out there from what I've seen and what I've experienced. So keep doing what you're doing. I want to thank Pops back at home. He's sitting here watching on the YouTube channel. And yeah.
Appreciate you, bud. Good run, and I'm sure we'll see you next week.
Appreciate it.
Good run, Jacob.
Well, Tyler, you didn't get wrecked by Nevin this time.
No, I mean, I knew qualifying up front was pretty important. I've been trying to get into a couple of these, but every time I get out of the big block official and the mess, all the drama that seeds that, I never seem to be able to get in here. It's usually full. So actually just got home from building working on my go-kart. Saw that there's still room in here, so I hopped in. And it was really fun, actually.
A tricky track, being out front, having the clear, this is the official mod race. Having that clear space up front had to make you feel good, make a big difference, not having to race those guys. But, you start to get, Smith was quick. Nevin was making his way up through. Then you see Moody and Cannon there. I mean, there had to be a couple times where you were wondering if you were going to you had to be wondering if you were going to have to race for that win.
Yeah, I mean, you just never know what can happen on a restart. I mean, I've been junked so many times on restarts throughout the 10 years I've been on iRacing that it's actually comical. So you never know what the hell can happen. But I saw their shit was pretty torn up, so I was kind of just like, oh, I just got to execute what I got to do. But I couldn't get into a rhythm anymore after all the yellows. I was like, that long green run, I was locked in, had a big lead, and I was like, dude, I'm just cruising. And then after that, I'm like, dude, I can't keep this thing on the fence. So I got a lot of laps here over them, I'm sure. So I don't even want to know how many laps at Cedar Lake in a big block over the years and late models and stuff. So yeah, a lot of fun.
My first race at Cedar Lake was in a big block, and I qualified where I didn't belong, second, and I took out half the field at the start.
That's awesome.
But great run here tonight. Why don't we go ahead and give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Just gotta give a shout out to you, James, for putting up the race. It's a lot of fun. I mean, just laid back, no drama. Wish big block scene could be like this, not gonna lie. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. And,
Definitely.
Shout out to Ducharme Speed and everyone else that races.
Definitely a lot of fun to watch. even when it gets a little crazy, as long as they leave the drama out. So definitely appreciate you coming out, and good one tonight.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Yep.
All right, great run for everybody as we are in the UMP race, getting ready for tonight's heat race number 1. You guys got to see the lap times. I did not because I was talking. We're going to go ahead and pull this back to gaps and get, I guess Hackney was the quick time. Let's go ahead and pull up tonight's starting lineup. Here at Port Royal, I don't know how these things are going to race here, but I guess we're about to find out. It is going to be the number 69 of Keith Hackney starting on the pole. Outside of him, it's going to be Dustin. And again, starting inside row number 2 in that 113 machine, it's going to be Jacob Black. Outside of him, it's going to be Jackson Morad. Inside row number 3 here tonight, it is going to be Keaton Holder. Outside of him, it's going to be Matt Fletchall. It's a name I haven't seen often. Starting inside row number 4, it's going to be Connor Matterson. Outside of him, it's going to be Elliot O'Neill. Then rounding out the field here tonight in that number 9 spot, it's going to be Daniel Brady. 8 laps around this big track at Port Royal. All right, so the ones I do, I just put in hosted. They're open hosted. I only do 2 a week. That's the ARCA, and I do the I do an asphalt one on Thursdays. They're open hosted. I always post it in Discord. You can join the Discord. Link is in the profile over there on TikTok. And the other ones that I do today, the big blocks, the supers, and these UMPs are all top split officials. All right, we are looking for the green flag this time by as Keith Hackney leads the way here tonight. By the way, Mexican dude, thank you for the rose. Appreciate that. As these guys come down the back straightaway, Hackney leads the way. When will he fire off? We are going to find out here soon as they head for turn number 3 and 4. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Keith Hackney leading the way. Hackney going to lead him down the front straightaway. Hennigan going to get in second. Jacob Black down to the bottom. Hennigan up top in that number 116 or number 16. He's going to roll off the top side of turn number 2. Looks like he's built up a lot of speed there. I'm going to be curious if that top spot is going to be the place to be as Hackney rolls the bottom. But Hennigan still up top down the front straightaway. Going to be Hackney lap number 1. Bottom side has a lot of grip. That top side will come in at some point tonight as they come out of turn number 2. 3 wide for second down the back straightaway. Here comes Holder down on the bottom side. Oh, we got one stuffing it in there. It's going to be Jackson on the bottom side in turn number 3 and 4. Top 6 going to transfer through out of turn number 4. Right now it is going to be the number 12 of Connor Matterson in there. Here comes Matt Fletchall in that number 26 trying to find his way up underneath down the back straightaway looking for 3 and 4. Jackson looking for third as he tries to get up underneath Hennigan. Hennigan going to go to the top side once again out of turn number 4. Will that top side come in for him before the end of this race as they head into turn number 1 and 2? 3 laps complete. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Battle going to be for third. Dustin will not get off that backside. It's cost him. He's falling back. He's going to bang the wall out of turn number 4. Lose 1, maybe more, as here comes Jacob Black down on the bottom side. Oh, Black gets the inside wall. Black got the inside wall in that 113. He's able to keep it going straight, but Hennigan going to keep that number 4 spot. Ford now as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4. I got to turn up the car sounds in here as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be Hackney leading the way with 3 laps to go. Keaton Holder going to blink into that number 2 spot as the battle is going to be for third. Here comes Dustin. He's starting to get that top side to work. Works to the high side of Jackson out of turn number 4. He's going to get that number 3 spot back this time by 2 laps to go. Does he have enough time to get more? Great run up on the high side this time. Big run out of turn number 2. That thing is ripping the top at this point as they look for turn number 3 and 4. Down into turn number 3 and 4. I'll tell you what, Hennigan is coming in a hurry as the white flag is out. 1 lap to go. He's looking for that number 2 spot. He's going to rip the top side up on the cushion, down the back straightaway. Here comes Hennigan. He's going to take second down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Hackney might be lucky that there's not more laps because Hennigan was on his way as the checkered flag is out. Hackney's going to win heat race number 1. Hennigan second. Holder third. Morad fourth, Black fifth, and Fletchaw in that number 6 spot. Those guys transferring through. Matterson, Brady, O'Neill all going to the Consi. Well, that was exciting. Hannigan put on a show and showed the top side is going, so we're going to see what happens here as we get ready for heat race number 2. Starting on the pole here tonight in that number 20 machine, it is going to be Sean Pointer. Outside of him in the 007. Ooh, new paint. Nice paint for Jacob Fields. It's going to be Jacob Fields. Starting inside row number 2 in that number 97 machine, it's going to be T. Clem. Outside of him in the 99X, it's going to be Tristan Sykes. Starting inside row number 3 in that 76, it's going to be Trey Baker. Outside of him in the number 17, it's going to be Zachary Mitzner. Starting inside row number 4 here tonight in the number 10 machine, it's going to be Alex Harper. With the on the outside of him, it's going to be the number 11 of Cody Nevin. We'll see if Cody Nevin can keep this thing going straight. Let's see who goes to the top side. I'll tell you what. Dustin was ripping it. Will anybody here follow suit in heat race number 2? Well, we are about to find out as they come down the back straightaway. They're going to get the 1 to go this time by. I'm curious to see what happens here as they come out of turn number 4. They're going to get that 1 to go. Definitely going to be interesting. That bottom side still does have a little bit of speed, but Dustin was absolutely nailing the top side perfect those last couple of laps, and boy, he was ripping at quite the pace as these guys head through turn number 1 and 2. I'm curious how much this track is going to move around for these guys. These cars are a little less powered than some of the other ones we see, and could be interesting. That bottom side and top side could end up pretty even tonight as they head into turn at number 3. Green flag is out as they come down the front straightaway. Going to be all Sean Pointer out front. Looks like T-Clem going to hit the outside. So is Zachary Mitzner up on the high side as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway as Trey Baker looking down on the bottom. Him and T-Clem going to make a little bit of contact through turn number 3 and 4 as T-Clem pinches him down out of turn 4. Down the front straightaway. It is going to be battle for third. T-Clem on the high side. Trey Baker down low. Harper going to roll that bottom side. I'm so surprised we're not seeing more people up at the top after watching that late run from Dustin Hennigan, as it looks like Trey Baker going to move to the high side as T-Clem looks low down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Baker going to run slider through turn number 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Here comes Zachary Mitzner. He's going to run the top side down the back straightaway as he's got Harper down low. They're all over the back of T-Clem into turn number 3 and 4. Zachary going to hold on to it as he almost runs over T-Clem as they come out of turn 4. Top 6 going to transfer through as Nevin sits in the background trying to figure out where to make his move as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. T-Clem in 4th. You give it 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th all together as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Oh no, Trey Baker in the wall out of turn 4. He's going to fall back. Now it's a battle for third on back as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Oh, T-Clem going to take that number 3 spot, slides up the track. Baker's got to get on the binders. Here comes Harper down low, down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Great racing here as they head through turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 3 laps to go. T-Clem up on the high side. He's going to rip out of turn number 4. Down into 1 and 2. T-Clem going to bounce up to the wall. Trey Baker still stalking him as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Alex Harper down on the bottom side. Both lanes rolling pretty good. They look pretty even, honestly, as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Looking for turn number 1 and 2. It's going to be T. Clem leading this battle in the number 3 spot battle. Oh, a little bit of contact for the number 4 spot. Here comes Harper back down low in that number 10. Harper has been bottom feeding this whole time as they head through turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be T. Clem up on the high side, out of turn 4, down the front straightaway. Battle for that number 3 spot. Baker to the back of T. Clem into turn number 1 and 2. It is white flag, 1 lap to go. Baker's going to let out of it. He didn't want to take it that way, as Nevin's going to slip his way into a transfer spot. Down through turn number 3 and 4. Baker gets the wall. He's going to come up underneath Nevin. Out of turn 4. Drag race for the transfer spot. Nevin's going to get it as Pointer takes the win. Fields, Mitzner, Harper, T. Clem, Nevin go to the feature. Baker and Sykes going to the consi. Starting on the pole here in the LCQ, looks like we are sending one person home here tonight. It is going to be Connor Madison starting on the pole, Trey Baker in second, Daniel Brady in third. Going to be Tristan Sykes in that number 3 spot. Am I saying? Oh, Daniel Brady in that number 3 spot, Tristan Sykes in fourth. Going to be Elliot O'Neill rounding out the field. Going to be interesting to see how this goes. Could somebody sneak their way into tonight's main event out of this because of a mistake out of one of the other drivers? Well, we're about to find out as they come down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3. One of these drivers going home here tonight. Who's it going to be? Side by side, 1 to go on the flag stand. Tensions are high. I think O'Neill might be just looking for a way to slide his way into this one. Maybe these guys get together. We'll see if we get a battle up here, up at the front, or if these guys will just try to roll their way into tonight's feature. If they can break away from one of these cars, we're about to find out. As the pace truck pulls in side by side down the back straightaway, looking for 10 laps here tonight in the LCQ. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. It's going to be Connor Matthews with a good jump. Battle's going to be for second as Brady and Baker make contact down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Here comes Brady down low, looking up underneath out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Elliot O'Neill going to slip into that number 4 spot. Tristan Sykes back to 5th as they head through turn number 3 and 4. 5th is not where you want to be. We'll see how desperate the person last on the field is going to get as they head into 1 and 2. Baker going to jump up to the outside. Looked real good through turn number 1 and 2. Up high. Had to back out a little too much on exit with a little too much rotation. Through turn number 3 and 4. Battle's going to be for the number 4 spot. Here comes Sykes down low. Up underneath Brady out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Brady's going to have it at the line with 2 laps complete. Sykes rolling that bottom side. Brady up high. He is now falling out of a transfer spot down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4 as Baker takes the lead, slides up the track as Madison up underneath out of turn number 4. Madison going to take that lead into turn number 1 and 2. Baker over rotates, loses a ton of ground out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Battle for the lead. Oh no, Madison hard on the wall in 3 and 4. Brady's in a position right now where he needs one of these guys to make a mistake. He's the one making the mistakes right now. Back tail end on the field as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Battle for third definitely starting to pick up as Sykes is trying to reel in O'Neill, currently in that number 3 spot as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway. Here comes Sykes up on the high side into turn number 1 and 2. He's got that thing ripping. So does Baker. Baker trying to reel back in Matterson as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Matterson was the quickest car last time by as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Here comes the battle for 6. Sykes has that top side ripping into turn number 1 and 2. I think O'Neill, well, I guess if you're in and you know you're safe enough in, maybe you're not going to push it up on the wall. And it might be O'Neill's strategy right now as he continues to roll the bottom through turn number 3 and 4. Sykes on the high side. Who's going to have it at the line? It's going to be Sykes that time by. Oh, Baker hard in the wall in that 76. Yeah. I'm curious to see, you know, what the UMPs are going to do. They're a little less powered, so I think that bottom side and the middle could play a big role through the whole race tonight. But top side definitely looking dominant right now with 2 laps to go. Back into turn number 3 and 4. They're going to get the white flag this time by Connor. Leads the way in that number 12 machine. Baker going to try Slider through 1 and 2. Slider could be interesting too. It's looking good, but it's definitely not the fastest right now as the battle for third has definitely picked up as Connor Matterson rolls through turn number 3 and 4. Here comes O'Neill. Oh, a little bit of contact there in 3 and 4. It's going to be Connor, Trey, Tristan, and Elliott going to the feature here tonight. Brady is going to be going home in that number 96. Ugh. All right, time to stack them up for tonight's feature, which is good because I'm ready. Ready to be done. Let's get ready for tonight's starting lineup. Starting on the pole here tonight in the number 69 machine, it's going to be Keith Hackney. Starting outside of him in the number 20 machine, it's going to be Sean Pointer. Starting inside row number 2 in that number 16 machine, it's going to be Dustin Hennigan. Starting outside of him in the 007, I do like that paint a lot, Jacob. It's going to be Jacob Fields. Yeah, well, we're going to find out. We're going to find out. Starting inside row number 3 in that number 93 machine, it's going to be Keaton Holder. Outside of him in the number 17, it's going to be Zachary Mitzner. Starting inside row number 4 in the number 10 machine, it's going to be Jackson Morad. Outside of him in the other number 10, it's going to be Alex Harper. Starting inside row number 5 here tonight in that number 113, it's going to be Jacob Black. Outside of him in the number 19, it's going to be T. Clem. Starting inside row number 6, it's going to be the number 26 of Matt Fletcher. Outside of him in the number 11, it's going to be Cody Nevin. Then routing out the rest of the field here tonight, starting inside row number 7. Our LCQ winner in that number 12 machine, it's going to be Connor Matterson. Outside of him in the number 76, it's going to be Trey Baker. Starting inside row number 8 here tonight in the 99X, it's going to be Tristan Sykes. And shotgun on the field, last but not least, it's going to be the number 55 of Elliott O'Neill. 30 laps here tonight for our night's finale as these guys come down the back straightaway. Keith Hackney, Sean Pointer on that front row. Who's it gonna be here tonight as they head into turn number 3 and 4? Listen to those motors roar. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come down the front straightaway. Hackney going to have a good jump as Hennigan and Pointer going to be side by side into turn number 1 and 2. Mitzner going to run that top side in the number 17, tries to gain ground on those top 4 as they head through turn number 3 and 4. There's Hackney up to the middle. It's low middle. That's another line I was expecting to possibly come in here in tonight's feature as Pointer's going to run mid slider into 1 and 2. Sean Pointer looking real good in that number 20. He's going to keep that number 2 spot as Hennigan falls back to 3rd as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Pointer back to the bottom, all the way to the bottom in turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway looking for 1 and 2. All Hackney out front as Hennigan moves back up to the top side. He was so fast in his heat race. He's got to get that rhythm in that number 16. Down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. How about this run out of Zachary Mitzner in that number 17 as he is rolling his way up. He is looking for 4th, gets around Fields into that number 4 spot, now into 1 and 2. He's got to keep it out of that wall. That wall is slowing him down. Hennigan hard into the wall. Mitzner rolls the top side good, but has to back out of it as Hennigan was in the wall as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway looking for 1 and 2. It is crazy back here in the field. These guys are 2 and 3 wide, jockey in 4 position as Nevin's going to lean into the 93, a holder through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, he's going to take that number 8 spot. Down into turn number 3 and 4. We got a battle back here as Fields going to throw the slider on Mitzner. Mitzner going to get back into that number 4 spot, down into 1 and 2 as Hennigan is catching the top 2. He is looking up underneath Pointer out of turn 2. Big run down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. He's going to dive back up, jump back up to the top side as Pointer's going to grab the wall, cut down for Hennigan. Hennigan going to have a good run out of turn number 4. Can't get it to stick as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Pointer's going to run a little shallow slider. That's going to mess up Hennigan. Hennigan in the wall. Down the back straightaway. These top 3 single file. Zachary up to that number 4 spot. Here comes T-Club trying to make a move on Harper and Fields out of turn at number 4. Look at Harper take that spot away from T-Club. Here comes Cody Nevin in that number 11 as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Nevin going to jump up to the outside out of turn 2. Down the back straightaway. Drag race looking for turn number 3 and 4. Here comes T-Clem back down low, fighting hard as they come out of turn number 4. 3 wide. 3 wide. Cody Nevin in the middle between Harper and T-Clem. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Oh, no. Harper gets the wall. That collects Cody Nevin. They're going to keep it straight out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. I think Harper might have gotten the wall, or maybe there was a little bit of net code. Holder throws a nasty slide up the track on Nevin as they beat around down the front straightaway. How have they not wrecked yet? They keep it going straight into 1 and 2. That's going to knock Nevin all the way to the back of the pack as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Top 3 have checked out here tonight as the battle is at the back of the field. Let's see what kind of dumb shit they're going to pull back here. Are we wrecking for last, really? Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Holder going to slide it in up the track. Nevin back with the cut down out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Looking for turn number 1 and 2. Here come. Really? Oh my God, he almost killed him. They're going to wreck. They're going to wreck for last. We're going to watch it too. No, Holder's going to keep it out of them that time as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Top 3 have pulled away from the field. Right now, up at the front, a little bit of separation, not a whole lot of battling. Battle for 4th starting to pick up as Fields and T-Clem have caught the back of the number 17 of Zachary Mitzner. Back up here to the battle for last as Nevin races Holder down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. He's going to slide up the track. Holder back with the cut down. Hardest race ever for last. Down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. Down into turn number 3 and 4. They're going to be door to door. Nevin's going to slam on the brakes, cut back up underneath. They're trying to go 3 wide up ahead of them as they come down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Nevin down. Oh, Nevin gets into him. Oh, Holder holds on to it as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. A little bit of separation between these guys 4 now, but that could get interesting here, as it looks like Hennigan has caught the back of Hackney. We might end up with a battle for the lead as Pointer has fallen back. Hackney gets the wall. Here comes Hennigan down low. Hennigan going to take the lead as they come across the line. Slides up into turn number 1 and 2. Up the track. Oh no, T-Clum having issues as there was contact back here in the pack. As they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Hennigan with the lead. Hackney in second. Pointer in third. Fields in that number 4 spot as T-Clem going to pull off the track. Caution flag comes out. T-Clem kind of pulled out of the way. He's got a broken front end as there was contact, I think, between him and Zachary. Oh, yeah, that left front is very broken on the 97. Hennigan going to pull down on pit road. All right, let's go back. All right, so T-Clum slides up. Let's see what the contact was between him and Zach. Oh, he just kind of misjudged it a little bit. He tried to pull out of it. That contact between him and T-Clem. That is unfortunate for T-Clem as Hennigan leads the field here tonight as we are 17 laps into this one. Going to be 12 to go when they take the green flag. There was some contact with Hennigan and Nevin earlier in the race. I don't know if that's what carried over between those two, but they definitely weren't playing nice at the back. As we are going to re-rack them, restack them here once again. Will Holder and T-Clem. Holder's going to make it back out. I don't know if T-Clem's going to. He's got a ton of damage on that left front. Are we done with cautions? What do you guys think out in the chat? I don't think the Nevin and Holder thing is over with yet. We'll see. And it hasn't been all topside, which has definitely been impressive. We've seen a few people run a couple different lines here tonight, as it looks like we are going green flag this time by T-Clem. Does make it back out on the track. The wheel definitely looks a lot better, but I'm sure it's not pointed the right direction as we look for the green flag into turn number 3 and 4. When is Hennigan going to fire him off? Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Hennigan on the gas. Hackney 2 on the outside. Great jump by Hackney. Drag race looking for turn number 1 and 2. Hennigan going to slide into turn number 1 and 2. Hackney is going to be hard for Hackney to run the cut down. He had Pointer up underneath. He's going to stay in line as Fields is going to take advantage and jump up to that number 3 position. 3 wide behind him as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn 4 down the front straightaway. It's going to be Dustin leading the way. Here comes Jacob Fields in that 007. Does Fields have the speed to keep up with these top guys? Here comes Sean Pointer up underneath Fields into turn number 1 and 2. Hackney into the wall. Into turn number 3 and 4. Cut down by Fields. Fields going to cut back up underneath Pointer and take that number 3 spot back. Down into turn number 1 and 2. It is going to be all Hennigan out front as they come out of turn number 2. Here comes Harper. Harper having a great race in that number 10 here tonight as they got 10 laps to go. Caution flag comes out. Oops. Hold on, I'm trying to get to the caution. Looks like Jacob Black has an issue here. Let's see what happened to Jacob. Oh, they get pinched in front of. Oh, nowhere for Jacob to go. He gets sandwiched. Oh, Nevin hard in the wall there. As the caution flag comes out here once again, Hennigan leads the way. Holder back down on pit road. It is going to be a single file restart as we are inside 10 laps to go. Going to be 9 to go when they get that green flag. Only the second caution. Only the second caution. We'll see how the rest of it goes. Yeah, I feel he got stuck in the middle. Cody Nevin goes down on pit road to get some damage repaired. He took a big hit there as he is on pit road getting some of that car fixed. Holder down on pit road in the number 93. Hennigan leads the way. We're going to see if they get that one to go here pretty quick. See if these guys get back out on the track. You wait. Yeah, that sucks for T-Clem. It was definitely an accident, but definitely sucks for him. All right, they come across the line. They are going green flag this time by single file restart. Holder and Nevin going to make their way off of pit road. As they tag onto the back of the pack, Dustin Hennigan going to lead them to the green flag. All on you, yeah. Oh, Zach? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I seen you try and pull out of it. Yeah. I knew you didn't mean to. That's not how you drive anyway. Looking for the green, to meaning it isn't how you drive. I don't see you wreck people intentionally. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Great start by the front guys. Field stays up in this one. Kenny tag along on the back bumper of that number 69. Hennigan going to scrape the wall too much. Here comes Hackney. Hackney going to dive it into turn number 3 and 4. Slides into 3 and 4. Takes the lead. Here comes Hennigan back with the cut down. Oh! Hackney bangs the wall out of turn number 4. Gives that lead back to Hennigan. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Much better turn number 1 and 2 for that number 16. Down the back straightaway. Hackney not able to get the run on him. Here comes Pointer looking for third. He's going to slide into turn number 3 and 4. Cut down by Fields. Fields going to cut down. Oh! Pointer hard in the wall. Hard in the wall for Pointer. Harper going to take a big advantage in that number 10 as Pointer's going to dive up underneath. Down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. I'd love to see Harper get a top 3. As they head through turn number 3 and 4. Slides up the track. Cut down by Harper. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Slides up the track as Harper. Oh, Pointer grabs the wall. Almost goes around out of 2 as Harper's up to 4th. These guys trying to make their way through the field. They're making big contact at the back as T-Clem jumps down to the bottom. Trying to make big ground as Hennigan and Nevin still his Holder and Nevin continue to go at it at the back of the pack. Down the back straightaway looking for 3 and 4. Let's go back up to the front. Here comes Hackney down low, up underneath Hennigan. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. He's going to slide into 1 and 2. Hennigan going to dive up underneath, but he grabbed the wall. No run out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway looking for 3 and 4. It is going to be 3 laps to go when they hit the line this time by. Here comes Dustin. Big cut down out of turn number 4. Can't make it count. 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go into 1 and 2. He is all over the back of Hackney out of turn number 2. Tries to get the cut down. Can't get the run out of turn 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Nose to tail. Little. My God, he almost killed Hackney out of turn number 4. 2 laps to go. Can Hennigan find his way around? Looks like Holder and Nevin had an issue. We'll go back and take a look at that one after the race as they come down the back straightaway. Looking for turn at number 3 and 4. Hennigan with a big slide into turn number 3 and 4 as they come out of turn 4. White flag in the air. Here comes Hackney back up underneath. 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go as they head into 1 and 2. Hennigan with a good run into the corner, grabs too much wall. That's going to cost him a ton. Out of turn 2, down the back straightaway. Hackney clear sailing into turn number 3 and 4. Can't make a mistake here as they come out of turn number 4. Give the win to Keith Hackney here tonight. Dustin Hennigan in second. Jacob Fields, Alex Harper, Sean Pointer, your top 5. All right, let's see what happened with Holder and Nevin, because, you know, we got to see what happened with those two. Holder, let's see. Let's see what happens to these two. Both of them bail out about the same time. Holder in the wall. Oh, Holder's in the wall. And that was actually just a racing deal, and both of them, I think, got incident pointed out of turn number 4. But Hackney taking the win here tonight. Let's go through those results and see if those top 3 are in here. It is going to be Hackney with the win here tonight. Dustin Hennigan, Jacob Fields, your top 3. Going to be Alex Harper in 4th, Pointer in 5th. Madison in 6th. Going to be Zachary Mitzner in that number 7 spot. Trey Baker in 8th. Elliot O'Neill in 9th. Going to be Matt Fletchall in that number 10 spot. Tristan Sykes in 11th. Jacob Fields in 12th. T. Clem going to be 13th. Cody Nevin 14th. Holder 15th. And Morad in that number 16 spot. I see him coming in. I'd almost rather interview Harper over you guys, man. I'm impressed. He got 4th. I was proud. I was rooting for him.
Yeah.
It's good
Staying
to see.
out of the riffraff, dude.
Yeah, it's good to see Harper run good. All right, good run here tonight. Dustin, I think you made a little mistake, but you were fast tonight up on that top side.
Yeah, I got tight that one corner, but it's Keith. It's hard to keep Keith behind you.
You know, when you got Keith Hackney behind you, especially in a UMP, you know you got to be perfect, and those little mistakes add up. But, man, you went up to the top side all night. You committed to the top side all night long in that heat race, fell back a little bit, and then it really started to rip up there on the high side. Man, what is it? If you hit that hop side and keep that momentum up, what is it about that top side just being so freaking fast?
There's always that tacky strip right there, and you just put it to the floor. But if you don't hit it right, you just stuff the wall and lose so much speed.
Well, great run here tonight. Why don't you go ahead and give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors? Tired tonight.
Everybody at TNL, Keith and Tyler, they hooking us up with sets and keeping us fast.
Well, Hackney, you had Pointer up there dancing with you a little bit, and then Dustin gets up there. He was quick here tonight. You knew he had to be the one for you to beat, and made a little mistake. You were able to take advantage of it. If he had not made that mistake, do you think you had enough to beat him?
After what we have gathered information-wise the last 2 races, me and him get fast at 2 different points of the race because we're on 2 different sets. So I knew he was gonna be fast in the middle of the race, which obviously he got around me, and then we had that late caution. So even right before that late caution, like when I was on him, like I don't know, like the air took off my nose, or yeah, whatever, going into 3, and I got tight twice, and I lost a ton of ground. And long as I didn't have him like right on my nose or whatnot, I could roll the corner like I needed to. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, Dustin, he's a throttle master when it comes to the tracks you got to run around the wall. Me preferably, I used to be that way, but I have ventured on to the middle bottom of the tracks. It's dangerous. You're playing dangerous games up there and stuff. So I mean, if you can keep it out of the wall, I mean, all power to you. It's just this place and these cars with this whatever the hell update we got going on with this, it is not the same as it was a year ago, and it's very treacherous to run up there.
Yeah, this track, I'll tell you what. this track, I feel like I am absolutely holding on no matter what car you drive here. It is fast, it is treacherous, and that topside seems to be king most of the time. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. If you could be scared in a simulator, this is the track that would scare you. I think it's the best way to put it. But great.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, absolutely, man. Like, there again, like, I've ran every car on this track, and it's just these cars they get to dancing with you up top, and you know, you don't got those wide tires just to pull you on around the corner. I mean, you really gotta to play with the throttle and entry, and I mean, just like you said, I mean, if you can hit that strip, I mean, it'll pull you around the corner. If you miss it just the slightest bit, it's over. Like you lose 3-4 tenths in one corner. So, you know. I like it. It's just a lot of people don't, and yeah.
Well, great run here tonight. Why don't you go ahead and give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Yeah, man, just all the guys over at TNL. Tyler for what he does. He, you know, me and him's both putting our heads together and getting this UMP stuff where it needs to be for our team. Grip Hackney Live. Heavy's crankshaft headquarter. I don't really know what the hell that is. But Vision Detailing. Grip Hackney Live. I don't know if I said that. Keaton's Salt Shop and Pickle Stand. And you for putting this on for us guys to go back and watch. And yeah, that's about it.
I got to watch Keaton a lot tonight. Him and Cody made things
Wow.
interesting.
I'm sure you did.
He tried to. They were trying to fight to the pickle stand. I think they both got incident pointed out at the same time.
Well.
Yeah.
I'm not going. I'm going to keep some opinions to myself.
No. I get that. I'm just saying it was interesting. I said I'm going to watch this for a little while, but good run, and just let Tyler know that Zach messaged in the chat, and he actually DM'd me that he felt bad about getting into T-Clem there. I know T-Clem was upset about the contact with him.
Sure.
So I know Zach doesn't normally race that way. So, but I just figured I'd give you a heads up and let you know Zach had messaged me personally and said, I didn't mean to get into T-Clem. So.
All right.
I will talk to you guys later. Appreciate it. Good run here tonight. Good one, Keith. Good run, Dustin. Good show.
Thank you.
No problem. All right, that is going to be it for tonight. Appreciate you guys for coming out. We'll be back. What exactly do I don't think they did anything. I don't know what it is. These cars are just different up on the top. I think a lot of it has to do with these guys finally figuring out the setups. This is only the second season, I believe, where it's been open set for the UMPs. So I think they're really just starting to get into it and figure out what these UMPs can do, which has actually made it pretty interesting other than some of the other series because everybody else has been on the same stuff for a couple seasons now. But that's going to be it for us tonight. Appreciate you guys. We'll be back tomorrow night as Texas Speed opens up their Gen 4 series on asphalt tomorrow night. Stay tuned for those updates. We will be live again. And as always, guys, until next time, see you later, Mojo. Until next time, be safe and have a good night.